change the
Feel
future.
like so.
Disclaimer: I
How
do
long
not own
did the interview go
Naruto
for?
and any of its characters. Kishimoto owns them. Author's note: I got the idea of time traveling back in time to try and change the
Yeah.
future when I read two of my favorite fanfics, We Are and Blondes Have More Fun by Eros
Yeah.
Lakamika. This is
Were you
my
nervous?
first ever fanfic, and I am
Yeah, sick.
completely new to this, so bear with
Yeah,
me
that's
if I
good.
happen to make a lot of mistakes.
Oh, man.
Summary: the story will follow the events
Gucci,
depicted in the
bro.
manga.
Yeah, I got an
In the
interview
future, the
tomorrow
alliance
at
formed by the elemental
1
nations has
o'clock. I've got
lost
to
the
travel
Fourth
about
Ninja War,
an hour to
but many
fucking get
shinobis
there.
are still fighting for hope.
And then I've got another
Uchiha
interview
Madara
on
have managed to
Monday,
collect all the tailed
which
beasts
isn't too
and
far from home.
unleash the 10th tailed beast from its slumber. Uzumaki Naruto has been given a second chance to return to the past and prevent this dark future from happening once
Yeah,
again.
that's cool.
Pairings are Naratoxerum with a total of 7
Hopefully,
girls,
hopefully something
3
comes out
seniors
of it
and
for
4
you.
around
That'd
the
be
same
sick.
age as him. No more and no less. Chapter 1: A Second Chance. The
Fingers
stench
crossed.
of blood and death polluted the air as many bodies lay
Fingers
motionless on
and
the vast,
toes.
scorched battlefield.
Yeah, well,
The
it
only
sounds
sounds
promising.
heard was the
Fucking hell.
roaring of the 10-tailed beast wreaking
I'm
havoc and
sick of
chaos
going
in
to
the distant
fucking
land.
interviews. The
As the
last
remaining
interview I went
shinobis
to,
battled the beast and its
they
master
were like,
standing on top of its
they were like,
gigantic
oh,
head. Its master,
they
Uchiha
called
Madara,
me and she's
laughing
like,
at
oh,
all the
how do you
death and
think you went? I said, I
destruction
think it
and
went pretty
proclaimed
well,
out
to be
loud,
honest.
"The war
And
is
she
over,
goes, yep,
and I
cool.
have
Well,
won.
I'm just letting
With
you
the power
know,
of the beast, I will
they've decided
rewrite
to not
and
hire
change
anyone
this
at the
pathetic
moment,
world
so
into my
we're just letting
utopia."
everybody know
Ha
that
ha
we
ha
interviewed,
ha ha.
you know, that
As
we'll
more
hold on to
shinobis
your
continued the assault on the
to
beast
the
and its
files and whatnot,
master,
but yeah, no one's
clinging
getting
on to
hired. I'm
any
like,
bit of hope that was
why the
left.
fuck go
A
through
lone
the shit
blonde
of
man,
interviewing then? And
24
I was
years
in
of
there for like an
age,
hour and a
stood
half.
bleeding and injured as
Such
he looked
bullshit.
around
I
and
was like, if
saw
you're
the
gonna say no,
bodies of
just
his
fucking
dead,
email me
motionless
and tell me
friends.
no.
He closed his
Call
eyes
me
in
and
a
ask
moment
how
of
it went.
silence
Fuck.
before he continued on looking for the most precious people in his life. After 10 minutes of searching, he stood with his head looking
Yeah,
down at the
pretty much what it
bodies of
is.
his dead, lifeless wives.
Just beating
The
around the
sound of
bush. So
thunder erupted
just
as
fucking tell me, just be
rain
honest, bro.
started to fall.
So tomorrow's one is for this
Ino-shan,
organization called
Dema-shan,
Rocky Bay. They've been
Hinata-shan,
around since
Sakura-shan. He
fucking
quietly
1930
said
or
as
some
his legs
shit,
gave
1940.
way and he fell on his knees. He then pulled each of
It's
his wives into a
disability work,
huddle
but
around
it's
him.
not
Their
what I do
lifeless
now.
heads
It's
fell on
more,
his shoulders,
I think it's like
chest,
a
and
scheduling
back as
officer or
tears
some shit,
flowed down his whiskered
which will be
face.
good. But
Wow,
a job
as he
that I
shouted
actually
into the
do want to
dark,
get,
gloomy sky.
my interview for
Memories of
Monday
them
is at
projected in his
RAC,
mind, and once the memories stopped, he felt something he
car
hasn't
insurance,
felt in a long,
insurance,
long
whatever.
time. He was
That's
alone
fucking
once
easy as
again.
shit. That's just
Minutes which seemed like hours passed by
what's it?
before he laid them down
Answering
side
the
by
phones
side
for
and kissed
customers
each of
that
them on the
are
forehead.
getting
"I'll be
quotes
joining you
and
girls
shit like
soon.
that. Just
I promise," he
wanting
said as he smiled at
information.
them.
Pretty easy stuff. They're
His
like, you
head
get
slowly
40
turned
to
toward the
70
great
phone calls a
beast
day.
before
It's like,
rushing at it.
cool.
In his head is
Sounds
filled
good.
with anger, hatred, and
That's fine with
revenge.
me. Just fucking
Just
pay
as
me
he is
some
about
money,
to activate his
motherfucker.
jutsu, 9 orbs of light appeared in front of him, and he came to an
Fuck
abrupt
yeah.
stop. Before his eyes, the 9 orbs
Oh,
of light
the
took on the
fuck out
shape of the
here.
9-tailed beasts. "What's going on?" he said in a shocked voice. "I thought you all were absorbed into the 10 tails," he said in a confused state. "Only our chakra has been absorbed. What you see now are our souls that have remained. Over the years, each of us have managed to develop souls that have allowed us to control the chakra that we possessed," the 8-tailed ox said. "I don't care. Get out of my way," Naruto shouted. "I'm gonna kill that thing." "That is all but suicide.
was at
Now
my
calm
client's
down and
house
listen to us.
Monday.
That thing killed my family and
Monday?
friends.
Yeah, Monday.
I can't calm down.
And his little
Now move
brother's
out
on
of
his
my
PC
way."
and he's playing
The brats
Fortnite and
never
he's
listen to
playing
what I've
the
said
buildable
before.
one.
I say
I
let
was
him
like,
die.
show us how you
The
do it. Like, are
9-tailed
you
fox
nerdy at it?
sneered.
He's like, yeah. And he's
Naruto,
got his
listen to me.
keyboard like on an
There's a way
angle
for
and he's
you to
like
fix
just
things. The
smashing keys
8-tailed
and
ox said,
fucking
"Do you not
smashing
want
the
to be with your
mouse around,
family and
clicking and
friends again?"
whatnot. And man, this
"Of
kid
course
can
I do,
fucking
but
build
they're
quick.
dead, and the
It's
only
so
way is
crazy.
for
I'm
me
like,
to
you're a
join them.
fucking
They
nerd,
are
but that
waiting
is
for
cool.
me. Death is not the
And he's
only
only like
way. We know of a
fucking
way to
10 or some
undo what is
shit.
done." The 8-tailed ox said. Naruto
Fucking
looked at the
cool.
spirits and asked how. "We will use our spiritual energy and send you back in time. Unfortunately, we can only send your soul and not your body.
Wow.
Once your soul leaves, then your body will die."
Crazy age,
"But that's
man. Like,
useless. What
those
can my
guys would be
soul do
so
without
good
my
when they're
body?"
get
he
older.
asked. You will need to seek out your past self and fuse your soul with the one in the past. What happens when I do that? Chances are your soul will override the past soul, since yours is more dominant in will.
So he had his little PC set up, like wicked looking tower and everything. Just got it. Don't know what it is and whatnot, but massive curved screen in front of him. Then a curved sort of a screen on his left that's rotated, so it's long ways, like up and down. And it's in his mum's office, and his mum was telling me how she plays Fortnite, and she's got one of those massive, you know, those Samsung Odysseys.
But why are you
the
doing
long
this?
curved screens? They're like
when you use your spirit.
Fucking, I don't know how many inches. They're so long.
Although
she's like, yeah, I'll play on this. Because she's like, oh, one of my friends was like, oh, they're coming from your left or from your right. And she's like, how do you see them? And he's like, you got to get one of these screens. She's like, they were on sale for $800 less than what they are.
Thus,
it's too expensive
to change it for us.
And so she fucking
once we
games
use
on
our
that.
remaining energy, we will cease to exist. Hearing this, Naruto said, all right. He began to walk back to his
my screens are 32 inch and it's big enough, but hers is at least 3 fucking times the length of this thing.
Then it will die. I want to die with my wise by my side. I promise them. He lay down by Yugao's body.
Mine's the curved. I fucking love it. Best screen I've ever had.
The 9 spirits gathered around him.
Cost me like
and a bright
$600.
Light started glowing, dispersing the clouds, and the raining stopped. Naruto closed his eyes, grabbed Yugao's hand, and felt like all the pain from the body slowly leaving him. Once all the pain was gone, he opened his eyes and saw his body on the ground as he rose toward the hole in the sky. As he entered the hole one by one, the spirits started fading, and he knew they would finally rest in peace. Chapter 2,
something bigger now. Now that I'm used to this, I want to get something bigger. But I do want to get a PC.
Naruto shouted, and 1,000 clones appeared
I'll have my
surrounding
PlayStation, but I want a PC as well.
As Mizuki looked on in fear, he had no time to react before he was pummeled to the ground with his face looking like a pile of dung as blood ran out his mouth and nose. Irika soon gave Naruto his own forehead protector, symbolizing Naruto passing the Ninja Academy. XXXXXXXXX. Naruto's bedroom. As Naruto is sighing, he thought this brings back memories. He opened the closet and found around 10 pairs of the exact same orange suit that he was wearing. Thinking to himself, wow, I sure didn't have any taste back then, huh? Immediately a voice appeared. Hey, who the hell do you think you are? Coming into my body and taking control when I was just about to kick Mizuki's ass. And for your information, that is the latest trend. What in the world? Thought Naruto, hey, who's there? Come out, or else I'll kick your ass.
I need some chill people to game with.
Dumbass, I'm in your head. And this is my body you're controlling. Give it back. Okami. So that's what happened. My soul must have pushed my younger soul into the depths of my mind. But I'm in full control. That probably means that my stronger soul is in charge, but at least my younger soul still exists.
Fucking hurry up, cunt.
Hey, retard. I can hear you thinking, you know. Never mind that. Who the hell are you?
5 minutes.
I am your future self. I came from the future into the past so that I can change the future and prevent the dark future that I have experienced. Okay, whatever, just give me back my body. I can't do that, and I don't think that it will be possible.
500 years
Looks like we were stuck like this forever. Coo. Now, isn't this interesting? An evil voice appeared. Kyubi, I almost forgot about you. Just wait, I'm coming in to see you now. As Naruto closed his eyes and focused into his mind. XXXXXXXXXX. Inside of Naruto's mind, as Naruto walked toward the gate of the locked-up Kyubi,
so
he felt a strong force.
I think I sent you the link. Sent you guys a link of
as he got up to see
web
what
page
had
called
hit
Redbubble, where I've like started like
version of himself
chucking shit designs off and everything.
Not bad.
I've got one
Not
made
bad
today.
At all, said the younger
I got
Naruto,
ChatGPT to make me one, and it's got Jeffrey Epstein pushing a shopping cart.
It's
and it's got food and it says, damn it, I forgot my list. Then Trump's in the background and says, it's okay, I have one.
Of course I look good. How else would you
have
please
that, like,
7
put
wives?
on shirts and
So this is what I would look
and
like
all
in the
that
future.
shit.
Mun, is Sakura-chan going to be
bad.
happy? He said, smiling to himself. Oh, you have no idea, kid.
Stuff.
You really don't. He thought as he looked at the kid. Yes, the body on the outside should look like me if it has been well trained, and I'm going to make sure of that. So, are you going to tell me about what happened in the future or not? Asked the kid. Yes, I would also like to know, and by what means have you managed
Come on,
to pull
Miss
such a
Settle, hurry the fuck
said a
up.
sly voice. Both Narutos looked around and saw a pair of glowing red eyes from behind a gate. The younger Naruto
Fuck's
asked,
sake, buy a game last night. Now all these games in my wish list are on sale.
Yes, this is the QB, the strongest of
Fucking
the current
bullshit's always the way.
beast, replied Naruto. What do you mean strongest of the current nine-tailed
Got
beast?
heaps notifications.
I am will always be the
sale.
strongest beast,
Fuck
snarled the fox.
Oh, this game I got better
Naruto
be
sighed
good.
and told them about the future and the events that lead to that dark future. After he has finished, the younger Naruto said, "What the hell? You became a man whore?" "Shut the hell up. I'm not a man whore. I just have 7 wives, and they're the only ones I sleep with." He hit the kid on the head as he shouted. "And is that all you have to say after hearing about the chaos and destruction?" With an annoyed red face. "Doesn't make a difference with 7 girls." The kid muttered, rubbing his head. Naruto, ignoring the kid, turned to the fox. "I've come here to ask for your help. As you can see, there is a major crisis happening even as we speak." The fox thought hard for a moment before replying. "Yes, I guess I will help you out. Not like I have a choice considering the incoming threat, especially since if the Jubi is to return." The fox said calmly and continued, "What do you need help with?" Naruto looked at the fox suspiciously before replying, "Thank you. Over the years, I realized the importance of seals, and in doing so, I have learned and created seals that will come in handy. One of the seals allows me to take your chakra without your influence, meaning I no longer have to fear you taking over me when I use your chakra. The name of the seal is the commensalistic seal." "Why did you ask for my permission instead of just applying the seal in the first case?" asked the fox. "The seal requires the host's permission before it can be applied. In this case, you are the host. Although there is another seal that does the same thing, but does not require the host permission called the parasitic seal, the only drawback is that it damages the host over time." "Are you threatening me?" snarled the fox. "No, I'm not threatening you. I just want to have a mutual understanding, not to mention that fact that you have just talked about moments ago." Naruto said with his eyes closed. "I see. Very well, then you may perform the seal." Naruto nodded and performed the seal, creating a liquid-like bubble that encompassed the fox in its entirety before changing into the shape of the fox and bonded to the host. "The seal is complete and will activate whenever I want to use your chakra." The fox nodded before saying, "Now leave. I need to rest." Naruto nodded and, grabbing younger Naruto, left the fox to its sleep. After being well away from the beast, Naruto warned the kid to never talk to the fox alone or go near it, and never ever remove the seal on the gate holding the fox back, as it will kill the both of them. The kid nodded before asking, "So what are we going to call ourselves?" Naruto answered, "I'll be Naruto, and you be Inner Naruto, or Ian for short." Right after he said that, he had an epiphany. "Oh, Kami, I became like Sachan." As he was thinking this, his mind wandered off. Flashback of the future. Sakura cuddled up to him, fast asleep after a night of passionate love-making. Naruto was about to fall asleep when he heard Sakura giggling and saying things in her sleep. "Oh, Nara love, you are so naughty. Hee hee. I wonder what kind of dream Sachan is having," he said as he watched his wife giggling in her dream. All of a sudden, he had an idea with an evil smirk on his face. "Aichan taught me the Yamanaka clan's mind techniques. I think I might try it here." His 2 hands in the appropriate sign facing at his sleeping wife before he said, "Shinten Shin no Jutsu," as his body fell back with his eyes closed. XXXXXXXXX. Inside of Sakura's mind, Naruto wandered around until he found the dream that Sakura was having. His eyes widened with shock as he saw Sakura dressed up in a very amorous doctor's uniform. Her hand over Dream Naruto's heart, while Dream Naruto has his hand on her ass. Holy hell. So Sachan's into something like this. I'm definitely going to try that out with her in real life one of these days, he thought to himself as he watched the dream. All of a sudden, he was tackled to the ground with someone on top of him. He looked at the person who did this and realized it was Sakura. "Sachan," he said, confused. "I am not your Sachan." "Well, not really. I am her inner self, or you could call me Inner Sakura," she said as she liked her lips and feeling his well-toned body. Naruto looked down as he felt the touches of inner Sakura. Oh, I'm naked. Putting a palm on his face, he thought. Well, no doubt I'm naked. I transferred while still naked after the love-making. He looked at inner Sakura, smirking with predatory eyes, and he knew what would happen next. To think I would be ravished by my wife's inner mind. Who knew? From that day on, he knew of the existence of inner Sakura and swore that he would never use the Shintenshin no Jutsu on Sakura ever again, because inner Sakura was just too scary, not to mention the fact that she just didn't know when to stop. Flashback end. Hey, why am I called Ian? Why can't I be Naruto and you be outer Naruto? Complained the kid. Snapped back to his senses by the shouting of the younger Naruto, he replied, because everyone on the outside will be calling me Naruto. Stupid, said Naruto in an annoyed voice. Besides, you are I in the back of my mind, and on sounds very wrong, thought Naruto. XXXXXXXXX. In Naruto's bedroom. Now what am I going to do for now? He then got out a paper and pen to write down his schedule for the week, as well as what kind of training he's going to do. This body sucks after taking off his clothes to go to bed. What the hell did you do to it, Ian? Chapter 3. My name is Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. Naruto woke up at 6 a.m. in the morning the next day, got dressed after washing, and took a look at the plans that he wrote yesterday night. The plan includes doing all sorts of physical exercises to make his body get back into shape, which ranges from doing 100 push-ups and 100 crunches to jogging for 50 kilometers every day. There are also plans for increasing chakra control since now that the QB is back.
Does he work away?
His chakra control is all messed up again. He needed to get his control back in order to do the jutsus that he could do when he was still in the future.
Oh, younger.
He then created 4 shadow clones, which immediately went to work. One shadow clone went downstairs to prepare breakfast and lunch that is to be eaten later at noon. 3 clones went outside and entered deep into the forest that has a lake beside it. One clone started doing tree walking exercises, and another clone started doing water walking exercises.
Oh my God!
Call your name.
The last
call your name finally Fatal instead of Miss Fatal.
Rasengan exercises from the bottom up.
I'm streaming too, by the way.
Meanwhile, Naruto himself started doing stretches and light exercises as shadow clones. Doing physical exercises won't benefit
but
his
you're
body.
very low.
About an hour and a half later, the cook clone, CC,
I even
called
turned
Naruto down for breakfast.
Before,
After eating breakfast, Naruto gave CC instructions for what to do next. He then went out and started doing his 50 kilometers jog. XXXXXXXXXX. CC then went to the academy to get his picture taken for his ninja profile. After that, CC visited the Hokage
still waking up from this morning.
His ninja profile. The Hokage then handed the profile to his assistant, which got up and left the room. CC, seeing that he was alone with the Hokage, spoke up, Aji, there is something that I must inform you, and it is top secret. Could you seal this room up to prevent eavesdroppers and interferences? In an absolute serious tone. Seeing at how serious the boy was, Hiruzen nodded and pressed several buttons.
Charlie,
immediately, several seals appeared covering the doors, walls, and windows. You may speak. Everything you say is an absolute secrecy, said the Hokage. I'm not the Naruto that you know. You won't be seeing the Naruto that you know anymore. Hiruzen was in utter confusion and asked, what do you mean? My name is Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. I came from a future into the past, which is now the present, in order to prevent the future that I have experienced. Once I arrived, I fused with my younger self, and I took control of my younger body. After hearing this, a shocked and surprised Hiruzen said, this is hard to believe, but the name Namikaze is top secret. If you had taken on the name, then what you speak must be the truth. CC nodded as he began to tell the Hokage of the future and the events that lead up to it. He told the Hokage of how Hiruzen would die and many other things, all except for Naruto's future family. So Uchimadara is still alive? I never would have guessed. Then there's Orochimaru. I should have killed him when I had the chance. He said with a palm covering his face. I never would have imagined he would invade Konoha. Sighing some more before saying, lastly, hearing about my own
he was
future
already
death.
no, I just joined him.
Go on. There was a moment of silence before CC spoke. Don't worry, Aji, I won't let you die again. This time we have the advantage due to the knowledge of the future. Hiruzen looked up at the boy. Seeing a reassuring smile, he drew out a kunai and swiftly grabbed the boy from behind with the kunai, aiming at the boy's neck. You are not strong enough to be saying something like that. CC answered by saying, I am sorry, Aji, for lying earlier, but I am not the real Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. I am nothing more than a shadow clone. Hearing this, Hiruzen released the boy and said, Shadow clone? Where's the real you?
Oh man, I bought an arrow bar today. I want two. I had one.
Tell your boss I want to test his strength.
I fucking love arrow.
He is, then we can plan for the future.
I had
CC nodded and said,
I tried the strawberry one. It was shit.
3 days of preparation. 3 days from now, he will meet you.
Oh my gosh, yeah, brownies ice cream would be like so
Hiruzen
delish.
nodded in agreement before pressing some buttons to release the seals from the room. After when the seals were removed and CC was about to leave, Konohamaru rushed in and attacked the Hokage. The clone, realizing who it was, smiled and hit Konohamaru on the head and left the room. The younger boy, with a surprised look, chased after the clone. It was then and there that Konohamaru looked up to Naruto as a mentor, friend, and rival. He learned the true meaning of being a Hokage and the correct road to take. Lastly, learning the dreadful, sexy no justu that are going to give his grandfather and sensei many headaches to come or loss of blood for that matter. XXXXXXXXX. Deep in the forest. After jogging for 50 kilometers, Naruto went into the forest and started doing upside-down sit-ups with his legs hanging onto a large tree branch. While doing the sit-ups, a sudden rush on information entered his head, and he knew that CC must have dispersed. So, I have 3 days to prepare for a test against the old man himself, huh? He said with a smile. This is going to be fun. I can't wait to see the look on the old man's face when I unleash my justice. He sniggered at the thought. Then there is Kanamu, Sai. This feels so nostalgic. He said before he continued on to do more sit-ups.
No, the caramel twirl.
The next day, Naruto's house. Naruto woke at 6 a.m. once again.
It's just caramel twirl on the inside, and then it's like chocolate, normal chocolate on the outside.
Shadow clones. The shadow clones went to perform their work while Naruto started stretching.
Anywhere where you're going,
Once Naruto had finished his breakfast, he again gave instructions to CC before going out to jog. XXXXXXXXXX.
Going on my settings, I can't hear
CC arrived at the academy and went to the very back row before sitting down on a chair. Slowly, other students started arriving. Some noticing CC came up and asked him why he was there. CC answered by pointing at his forehead and told him that he had passed the academy. Once all of them had settled down, Irika came into the room with a notebook and began announcing team placements.
Someone's landing over it.
When it was Team 7's turn, CC noticed Sakura moan when her name and Naruto's name came up, but changed into enthusiasm when Sasuke's name also came up. After break, CC along with Sasuke and Sakura sat waiting for Kakashi to show up. Kakashi asked for their self-introductions and dreams. CC spoke up first. I want to be the Hokage and have everyone in the village to acknowledge me, he said with enthusiasm. After that, Sasuke said he wants to bring back his clan and kill someone. Although Sakura looked on in admiration,
a message
both
though,
Kakashi and CC knew who he was referring to.
Sucked in.
Next, Sakura muttered something about someone she likes, and under pressure shouted out that she hates Naruto. CC ignored her, and Kakashi felt bored.
Fuck off!
After when everyone was introduced, Kakashi told them that there will be a test tomorrow, and that if they should fail then, they will be sent back to the academy. XXXXXXXXXX. On a building not far from where the four sat discussing, a purple-haired female ninja, wearing an animal mask with 3 red marks, hid watching a certain kid. Want to be Hokage, huh? She thought as she smiled. She had started watching over the blonde boy 5 years ago, ever since the old ANBU that had watched him retire due to old age. Flashback 5 years ago. The Hokage called for her one day and asked if she wanted to watch over the boy and protect him from any danger. She was only 17 at the time, and hearing this asked, "Why are you asking me?" Aren't there others much stronger and more suitable than me?
2 rounds until you fight. Are you fucking serious?
Sad eyes and shook
Open
his
up
head,
more
replying,
gulags.
The others hated the boy. They would rather ignore
It's
him.
bots fighting, for fuck's sake.
She felt really bad for the boy after hearing this. She knew that he had the QB inside of him, but she had never blamed the boy. In fact, she was one of the very few who had taken the 4th Hokage's last dying wish to heart. I wanted someone who genuinely cares for the boy to watch over him. I didn't want to force someone to watch over the boy if she hated him. That would lead to many problems, the Hokage said. She couldn't believe that so many people would hate the boy for something he never did. She looked up at the Hokage and said, "Okay, I will watch over him and protect him from any dangers." The Hokage smiled, took out a uniform with an animal mask on it, and handed it to her. "I knew I could count on you." He then straightened out his stance and with a serious look said, "Yuzuki Yugao from this moment on. You'll be part of AMBU, and your mission is to watch over Uzumaki Naruto and protect him from harm until he graduates from the Ninja Academy. Is that clear?" "Yes, Hokage-sama."
No, Fatal's down. No.
Flashback end.
Oh, no,
"Congratulations, Naruto, and good luck," she said in her head as tears came down her eyes. "I leave him in your care. Now, Kakashi," as she disappeared into the village. XXXXXXXXX.
Fuck you, trickster bitch.
The forest of Konoha.
Got you, dog.
Naruto is now doing his push-ups when a knowledge of what had occurred at the academy hit him. "Man, this is troublesome." As he sat up and rubbed his head, "I have the bell test tomorrow, and the day after is the test with the old man. Well, I better get back to work," as he started the push-ups again.
Is what?
"Sakura-chan. Sakura-chan."
Oh, that's cool.
Why? Cried Ayan. Chapter 4. Test and more tests. Day of Kakashi's test.
Got him.
Naruto woke up the next day, went to wash up, and entered the kitchen to make breakfast.
I'm versing a real person.
After breakfast, he then went and changed into his new clothes that CC just bought the day before. He then went outside for a jog to warm his body up for the incoming test.
Just get a knife out and fucking flash him.
Team 7's training area. Sasuke Uchiha and Sakura Haruno stood waiting for Kakashi and Naruto to show up. "What is taking them so long?" asked Sakura. "Don't they know it's rude to be late?" she said with an annoyed face.
I'm telling his mum.
"God, you're annoying." Sasuke snapped. Sakura felt dejected from Sasuke's words and the tone in his voice. She sat down and wondered what the test is going to be about. Half an hour later, just as Sakura couldn't stand it anymore, all of a sudden, there was a yo. She looked up and saw that Naruto and Kakashi seemed to have arrived at the same time. "So it looks like Kakashi is as late as usual. Good thing I remembered and gotten a bit more exercise," Naruto thought. "The brat is as late as me?" That wasn't in the report. Kakashi wondered.
"Oh, I forgot to fucking
shouted,
get my grapples again."
But Naruto and Kakashi just shrugged and waved it off, annoying both Sasuke and Sakura. Sakura then, for the first time in her life, noticed that there was something different about Naruto. The first thing she noticed was that his outfit wasn't the orange jacket with blue stripes on the shoulders, nor was he wearing his orange pants. Instead, Naruto was wearing a sky blue jacket with white swirls on each shoulder and a dark blue swirl on the back. Underneath the open jacket was a white t-shirt that has yet another swirl, but orange this time. He also wore long black pants with 2 orange stripes on each side. His waist consists of a black belt that contained a black pouch for weapons and other tools. The second thing she noticed was that Naruto seemed much more mature than usual, and that he gave a very calm and soothing aura. I asked that Naruto, she thought he seemed so different. Kakashi looked at the 3, set down a timer clock, and began to tell them about the test. The object of the test is that the 3 will have to take 2 bells from him, using whatever means possible, and they have till noon to try. Anyone without a bell gets no lunch and will be sent back to the academy. After hearing about not being able to have lunch made Sakura and Sasuke groan, as they were told ahead of time not to eat breakfast or they might throw up. Hearing this made Naruto sniggered. "What's so funny, Naruto?" asked Kakashi when he noticed the sniggering. "Huh? Oh, nothing. It's just that it was a good thing that I decided to have breakfast this morning.
I got the shittest gun.
Why did you eat breakfast when I warned you not to? Asked a curious Kakashi.
Oh, nice.
Well, who in their right minds would believe a bullshit comment about throwing up? We are shinobis, and shinobis are expected to do many things that are uncomfortable. Besides, if we don't eat, how can we do missions without energy? He said with a smirk. After hearing Naruto speak, Sasuke and Sakura looked away from Naruto with an embarrassing blush on their checks. The kid's not as dumb as they say, thought Kakashi. Well, the test will now begin. On the word begin, the three genins vanished into the bushes. Kakashi then pulled out his Ica Paradise book and began reading it. I can't wait to find out what happens next, he thought with a perverted look. Naruto, using his increased speed from his physical exercises, as well as concentrating chakra to his legs, allowed him to go further and faster into the forest than the other two. Once out of sight, he created 3 shadow clones, and they took off in different directions. One shadow clone, Decoy, went straight for Kakashi, shouting out, "Fight me." One clone, Scout, using the distraction from Decoy to climb up the tallest tree and stayed hidden as he watched over the battlefield. The last clone, went up closer but still hidden in the bushes. After a while of teasing Decoy and making fun of him, Kakashi purposely dropped a bell and Decoy went for it, only to end up into a trap, with a rope tied to his legs and hung him upside down. Sasuke then, using this chance, threw shurikens and kunais at Kakashi, but only to end up into a trap to reveal his location. Sakura, afraid that Sasuke is hurt, started looking for him, only to end up into a Jinjutsu and fainted when she saw a dying Sasuke.
Can't believe I'm using a shotgun.
Sasuke, knowing he has no place to hide, decided to outright challenge Kakashi. He first started throwing out shurikens and forced Kakashi into a trap of a barrage of throwing knives.
Yeah, I'm using the
Kakashi
M10 breacher.
But Sasuke started attacking with his clan's taijutsu.
Yeah, Kato was sick.
Sasuke threw a kick towards Kakashi, which was then blocked, and using his other hand, Kakashi grabbed the leg. Sasuke then tried to punch Kakashi in the head, but that hand was grabbed by Kakashi's free hand. Swiftly, Sasuke did a bicycle kick towards Kakashi's head, which was blocked. While upside down, Sasuke noticed the bells, and using his free hand, made a move for them. Kakashi, noticing this, threw Sasuke several meters away. Kakashi then admitted that Sasuke is indeed better than Naruto and Sakura. But before he could finish talking, Sasuke began a series of hand seals and shouted out Katan, Gakkaku no Jutsu. After the smoke cleared, all there was left was a crater on the ground, and Kakashi was nowhere to be found. While Sasuke looked around for Kakashi, 2 hands sprouted out from the ground and grabbed Sasuke's legs. Before he even realized what happened, his whole body was buried into the ground except for his head. Then Kakashi started looking out for Decoy when he found that Decoy managed to escape his trap. Sakura woke up and started looking for Sasuke once again. She then came head-to-head, literally, with Sasuke's head. Seeing his decapitated head, she once again fainted with foam coming out of her mouth, much to the annoyance of Sasuke. Scout, noticing that Sasuke and Sakura are now incapacitated, dispersed, signaling Naruto that it is now safe to act.
Fuck off, cunt.
Kakashi found Decoy by the memorial and decided to sneak up on Decoy, only for Decoy to disperse. Surprised, Kakashi looked around until a familiar voice appeared behind him. Hey Kakashi-sensei, that book that you're reading, it's the new novel, right? How many chapters have you read so far? Asked Naruto with a smile. Kakashi turned around and thought, Kage Bunshin? Is that how he beat Mizuki? Playing along with Naruto as he sees Naruto not being a threat, he said, while fighting you guys, I have just finished chapter 4. Naruto then smirked and
shit with
said,
these fucking guns.
Oh really? Did you know that in chapter 5 Tazuma finally had the balls to ask out Takazun? Then later on in chapter 7 Tazuma slowly opened up Takazun's legs, and to his utter horror, Kakashi shouted out, no, and no spoilers. He interrupted Naruto and clapped both hands to his ears, blocking out all sounds, and while crouching looked up at Naruto smirking. Naruto then signaled for Clone to pop out from the bush he was hiding in. Clone then made a hand seal and shouted out,
"I gotta level up these shotguns in fucking zombies or something because it's too hard doing here."
Girl in amorous clothes.
Guns are shit.
Naruto and Clone then started acting out scenes from the novel.
Yeah.
To his complete horror, Kakashi, having no choice whatsoever, jammed his eyes shut and shouted out a no. No. I said a no, spoilers please, before screaming KYA like a girl. Clone then undid sexy no justu, walked to Kakashi who was still screaming and grabbed the 2 bells. He threw them at a smirking Naruto who caught them before dispersing. Sasuke, freed from the ground, finally managed to wake Sakura. When they heard an ear-piercing scream, they rushed towards it. Kakashi finally opened his eyes slowly to check if it was safe and saw a smiling Naruto flinging around the 2 bells. He then took a look at his waist and knew that Naruto had the real ones and then let out a sigh. He got his feet just as Sasuke and Sakura showed up. Sakura, surprised, said, Naruto, as she watched the bells flinging around his fingers. Sasuke, in utter silence and disbelief, thought a no. No way in hell. Did the loser get those bells? He looked at Kakashi, who nodded and thought impossible. How? How did he do what I couldn't? I am supposed to be the best. Kakashi then spoke. So, Naruto, who are you going to give one of the bells to? While thinking Naruto, you and your team passing this test is now in your hands. Think wisely. Sasuke and Sakura looked at each other, then the bells, and finally Naruto. While watching Naruto, Sasuke thought, I can't believe my future is being decided by the loser. I can't go back to the academy. I can't. I have to stay as a Genin and climb up until I can kill him.
Smart.
Behind.
Sasuke was about to speak when Naruto said, I'm not giving them a bell, shocking Sasuke and Sakura before he continued, and I don't want this bell either, while tossing both bells back at Kakashi, who caught them, shocking the 2 Genins even more. Why? Explain your reason, Kakashi asked. Because the most important thing isn't about the bells. The most important thing is teamwork, and anyone who abandons their friends is lower than trash. And oh, they are shit or even less than shit. Naruto said, emitting killing intent, but then realized what was happening, asked, right? As he turned towards Sakura and Sasuke, focusing more on Sasuke. Both nodded in shock without even realizing it. Kakashi saw the nod and said with a smile, Naruto is right. People who abandon friends are less than trash. He took a breath before continuing, congratulations. You all passed, and for now on this team is known as Team 7. We will begin doing duties tomorrow at noon.
So I didn't know that was coming. I didn't even get a warning.
As he shine away. Naruto then noticed that it was noon, said goodbye to the 2 Genins and left for lunch. Sakura in thought, wow, I never would have guessed that it would be Naruto to get the bells. I thought that it would be Sasuke-kun. She looked at him. But you gotta admit, Naruto was freaking goddamn cool there, and the way he talked about teamwork was sweet. Inner Sakura said. Sakura nodded with a little bit of a blush, then realizing it, shook it off, and said in her mind, I like Sasuke-kun, as she began to talk to him. Before she could even open her mouth, he walked off, ignoring her while thinking it must have been a fluke. Yes, a fluke, because no one is better than me. Sakura sighed, and then proceeded to go home.
Yes, he's coming. It looks like it's on the top floor, maybe.
Hokage's office. Kakashi handed in the profile for Team 7 and said that he believes Team 7 has great potential. The chopper just came over and they dumped it. The Hokage nodded and asked, so they actually managed to get the bells from you? In a surprised look. Well, not really they per se. Naruto was the one that got the bells.
Yeah, that one's in the middle there.
And I'm still utterly confused as to how. He said a little pink in the face, but it was a good thing that he's wearing a mask.
Even if you get one of these, just to see if someone gets poached.
Yes.
Give you some money while you run around to the other one.
As he left the room. I'll look forward to the test tomorrow. Smiled the Hokage as he looked out the window. XXXXXXXXXX. Ichiraku ramen. Naruto is now onto his 3rd bowl of ramen when he thought back at how Kakashi actually screamed like a girl and laughed. Kakashi didn't even know what hit him. Naruto chuckled. Flashback.
Oh, fuck off, you sweet
Yesterday
cunt.
in town.
Fuck, mate.
CC walked into town and started headed to a certain store after the meeting with Kakashi and Team 7. CC stopped in front of an adult store and said, "Hinge no justu," transforming into Kakashi before entering. Kakashi-san, my most favorite customer.
Yeah. Alright, I need to change my lady because fucking me, that gun sucks.
Ica Paradise, just a couple of days ago, asked the store owner with a smile.
Gosh, maybe I should do the fucking LMG,
said
like,
CC.
seriously?
Oh, said the confused owner. You see, I seem to have misplaced the book somewhere and can't seem to find it. So I decided to just buy a new one. Would you mind grabbing it for me? Said CC. Sure, no problem. Anything for my favorite customer, the owner said with a smile as he went to grab the book. A couple of minutes later, the man came back with a new book and said, "Well, here you are, Kakashi-san." "Thank you," CC said with a smile. After paying for the book, CC bid the owner goodbye and left the shop. Smirking, he went to buy new clothes and weapons while looking at the book and still pretending to be Kakashi. Flashback end. After finishing his fourth bowl of ramen, Naruto went into the forest for some more training. He again created 4 shadow clones, and they went to work. The only difference is that now 2 clones are working on nature manipulation instead of tree walking, as that is no longer needed. Water walking and Rasengan practice is still being used. Naruto began doing his daily workouts, as tomorrow will probably be a rough day. XXXXXXXXXX. The next day, Konoha Forest by the lake. Hiruzen Sarutobi stood near the lake in his battle suit waiting for someone to show up. "Joe, Aji, how's it going?" said Naruto, walking toward the Hokage. "I believe it's the first time we met. There are many questions that I would like to ask you.
No!
First of all, how old are you mentally?" "I'm 24 years old, but now's not the time. How about we talk later in a much more safer place," said Naruto. Hiruzen looked at the kid and saw that he is no longer wearing the orange jacket and pants. Instead, he was wearing a sky blue jacket with black pants. Swirls can be seen on the jacket while orange stripes are on the pants. There's also a sword
I got a large block and I ate all fucking lot.
Very well. Shall we begin? He asked while taking a stance.
Have you tasted
Naruto
the strawberry one?
And said,
so crap.
"I guess I'll start," putting his fingers together and shouted out, "Kage Bunshin no Justu." 4 shadow clones appeared and stood beside Naruto with a smile. One of the shadow clones stepped forward and entered into a stance.
I haven't tried the caramel one yet.
Hiruzen didn't get a chance to think when the clone shouted Hakusho, and a palm thrust hit Hiruzen and he was blown away. Teach, that is a Hyuga clan's technique. How and why? You don't have to be a Kugan. Hiruzen was completely confused. "Ha. I knew you'd be surprised," with a finger rubbing his nose. "Yes, you're right. I don't have to be a Kugan, but that doesn't mean I can't learn some of their techniques. See, I had this theory when I was sparring with a certain Hyuga one day. I noticed that their attacks are mostly just inputting chakra into another person's body. The Byakugan just allows them to control and damage which parts of the body they please." Naruto smirked. So I thought, what if even though I don't have the Byakugan, I inject a huge amount of my chakra into another's body?
We can do that.
What would happen?
I'd go right at the back there and get that and work away back down.
And said, the sudden influx of chakra could cause an imbalance in the chakra system and cause many damages. That is if the body is not strong enough to withstand it.
Yeah.
Depending on how great the chakra
input,
the greater the chakra, then the greater the damage.
Like air. Do you want more?
Bingo.
It's like air.
With my massive amount of
it's called
chakra,
arrow. It's like
you can
air.
imagine the damage I can cause.
Called arrow, like an aeroplane.
The only thing is I don't know how to inject my chakra into another
there's
person's
bubbles
body
in there, biatch.
chakra system.
It's a bubble bitch.
This still doesn't explain
bubble,
why
bubble, bubble,
you know
butt.
techniques.
Bubble butt. Bubble, bubble,
Only
bubble,
clan
butt.
members can
Bubble
learn
butt.
their techniques.
Yeah, here.
I was getting to that.
It's
You see,
so
once I had
good. If
my
you don't like
theory,
it, it's like,
I went to one of
there's
my
something
wives
wrong with you. Do you know what I
and
mean?
asked her to teach me the
Yeah,
gentle fist
because otherwise it'd
style.
be like something wrong with it. Do you
Your
know what I
wife?
mean?
You don't mean. Hiruzen asked with a raised eyebrow. Yes, one of my
Go on,
wives is
no,
the
no,
heir
I'm
of the
going,
Hyuga clan.
seriously.
She is Hinata Hyuga, he said proudly. Then in order to complete the technique without the Byakugan, I had to learn about the human anatomy
I will go
and about
to this
chakra
one over
systems.
here.
This led me to asking 2
Oh,
other
hello,
wives
bot.
of mine who
What are you
have
doing out there?
medical needs. One taught me about the human anatomy,
Fuck off.
while the other taught me
Are
about
you
chakra
fucking
systems.
serious?
With that information, I was able to complete
I was trying to snipe him.
Version of the
He just constantly doof.
He said with a smirk on his face.
Fuck?
I see very clever.
Fucking ugly
I don't
cunt.
think anyone ever thought of that.
Don't play games?
Said Hiruzen with a hand, rubbing his chin.
No, Poodle Daddy got him for me.
Looks like my clone is going to use the original fist. Better watch out, old man. Even if it's you.
Thanks for picking me up. I really do appreciate you.
Naruto advised.
Yeah, I do.
The clone jumped to Hiruzen. Then with some flashy footwork, moved in on Hiruzen and shouted out Jukin. Hiruzen managed to jump away just in time by applying chakra.
I'm just going to do this fucking get this recon
Naruto
anyway.
Then called back his Jukin clone and sent a different clone out this time. I wonder what this clone is going to do.
I'm not going back down, yo. This way I make plans.
As Hiruzen wonders, the clone begins performing a series
I got one in front of me. It's right here.
And shouted out Futon.
Oh, look, I'm getting shoved by a bot again.
After which a blade of wind flows toward Hiruzen, in which he counters with Doton.
Fucking can't give me some
as a wall of earth rises up from the ground, covering Hiruzen entirely, and takes on the blade of wind. As Hiruzen jumps out of the wall, the clone quickly does some hand seals and shouts out Futon. Shinkajioku. Several small bullets of wind rushes at Hiruzen as he braces for impact.
Behind me.
Then Hiruzen vanishes in a puff of smoke, revealing the Hiruzen was just a shadow clone. With precise timing, Hiruzen rushes out of the wall that he created and goes behind the shadow clone.
Let's seriously turn these bots up. I'm getting fucking hammered.
Smiling Naruto said, as expected from the Hokage, still as fast as ever.
Fuck yeah.
Smiling Hiruzen asked, so this one is a wind user? Yes, my main element is wind.
Yeah, die you
Naruto said, at first, I didn't know many wind releases, but another wife of mine started teaching me some from her home village. Another wife? Just how many does this kid have? Thought Hiruzen. After Hiruzen removed the kunai, the wind clone returned back to Naruto's side, and a third clone approached Hiruzen smiling. Without haste, the clone started performing hand seals, and before long shouted out, Sueten, Tsuryuden no Jutsu. A water dragon rose from the lake and started attacking Hiruzen. As Hiruzen is dodging the dragon, he was also doing hand seals before shouting out Sueten, Tsuryuden no Jutsu. A second water dragon rose from the lake and clashed with the first, causing a shower of rain around them. So this clone is a water user. How many elements can you use? Asked Hiruzen. I can use 3. Wind, water, and lightning.
Oh my god, bro, seriously.
So I don't usually use it. You could say that I had no choice but to learn water releases because another wife of mine found out that my wind user wife is teaching me wind releases.
LMG.
So she forced me to learn water releases from her, since she is a water user. He smiled with both arms around the back of his head. She gets jealous very easily. Haha. He laughed. Hiruzen nodded, and the water clone went back to Naruto. The last clone went out, and this time unsheathed his sword from his back.
Here, behind us.
Before the clone attacked, Naruto said, now, I don't usually use the sword since using wind swords
We're not going backwards, we're going to the side, guys.
But a very smart wife of mine taught me Kinjusto
just
in case I run low on chakra.
Facts right,
the sword might even save my life. After when Naruto finished talking,
I gotta grab
one.
He
was just about to attack when Hiruzen held out a hand and asked, stop for a second. Just how many wives do you have? Hiruzen asked. A shocked Naruto responded before snapping back to his senses.
What
I have a total of 7 wives. Aha, chuckled a pink-faced Naruto.
What the hell?
But at the words 7 wives, Hiruzen fell face down towards the ground, unconscious. After a close-up inspection, you can see blood dripping from his nose.
Where are we going, princess?
Naruto looked at the unconscious Hokage and said, so, I guess this means I passed the test, huh? Chapter 5,
Oh, look at that little
Revelations.
glint coming over
Hokage's
here.
office
you,
after test.
doggo.
The
Hold on to
Hokage
you.
is
Come
now sitting behind his desk, staring at a smiling Naruto. The seals
The
are up
fuck?
once
How am I
again to
missing these
prevent
fucking
anyone
shots?
from knowing of the discussion. So, what do you think? Asked Naruto.
Fuck off.
Well, I now know that you definitely don't belong in Team 7. Your skills are above Chunin, maybe even equal to Jonin
Going this
level.
way.
Maybe I should place you in a different team that requires your skill level. After all, I chose Kakashi to watch over you, so that he
Why'd
can
you
keep the
fucking
Nine
hide, you
Tails
little
under
cunt? There you
control.
are.
But it looks like you don't need his help anymore, said the Hokage. Hearing this, Naruto shook his head and replied,
yes,
my level
fuck off, I'm reloading. Are you serious, cunt?
Chunin, but I am not at a Jonin level like Kakashi quite yet. This is due to my underdeveloped body
and
I've
seen him, he's further
chakra
up.
Control. Naruto said before continuing, like I told you before, I can use 3 elements, but the problem right now is that using elements are still quite new to this inexperienced
They're all just hanging around in the rocks.
My mind knows how it works and how to use it, but my body doesn't respond since it has never used nature manipulation before. I still need more practice with this body. That is also why my shadow clones are only able to use 1 or 2 elemental justices before I have to call them back, as they are burning up the chakra due to their lack of control. Regarding the change in teams, I would prefer that you don't change the team right now, because then I can still keep an eye out for Sasuke and Sakura.
I'm still on fire.
The Hokage was thinking over what Naruto said, then nodded. Okay, I respect your wishes. Now, I still have some questions for you that I would like to know, said the Hokage. Fire away, said a smiling Naruto. First of all, where's the Naruto that I know?
Yeah, the glitch, it's a pain. I've had that once before.
From existence,
you can't see shit.
If he's still here, how is he? Asked the Hokage.
Oh, still on that train.
No, the Naruto that you know is still here. Apparently, when my soul fused with the body, it pushed the younger Naruto into the back of my mind. He and I can communicate with each other, although the brat drives
well, if we all jump on right now, we might
annoyed Naruto.
Just get it done.
Hey, who's the brat? You bastard, shouted Ian.
Well, I'm watching your streaming. It's really good.
Said,
Seems like you're passionate about
now
this.
Now on to my second question.
Some great concepts for you, like...
well, you already know Hinata Hyuga.
I'm dead. Well, I'll just sit on it while I'm dead.
Then there's Anko Mitarashi.
At least it's going
Ino Yamanaka. Sakura Haruno. Meitarumi of Kirigakure.
Got it done for you.
Sonogakure. And finally, Yuga Mizuki, said Naruto with a huge grin on his face. Upon hearing Yugao's name, the Hokage began laughing, then looked at Naruto and said, Yugao
Drop your Tara while it runs after you.
Ha ha ha. Does the red string of fate really exist? Before he went off
yeah, I've had that same thing happen to me once.
Felt extremely annoyed
it's so annoying.
What the hell is so funny? Has the old man gone senile? The Hokage finally stopped laughing after a minute or so and asked, what do you think our next course of action should be? Well, said Naruto, while thinking, I think that we should try and get in contact with Ero Sennin and Bachan and call them back here as soon as well can. Naruto looked at the Hokage, which seemed confused, then quickly said Ero Sennin is Jiraiya, while Bachan is Tsunade. Oh, I see. They actually call them that, asked the surprised Aruzen. Not really, but I do it anyways, which annoys the hell out of them. He said while chuckling, in which the Hokage joined him. But right now, we need to send people to watch out for the movements of Akatsuki. Naruto said in a serious tone. After when the Hokage nodded, Naruto said, now that the plan is over with. Naruto stuck out a hand at the Hokage and said, give me money. The Hokage looked at Naruto with a raised eyebrow and asked for the reason. For a living, besides I'm going to try and get my wives back, and they need a good place to live, and I am not going to wait until I'm old enough for my inheritance then chase after them. I can't stand a second longer without my wives by my side, said a serious Naruto. I can't just give you money. You are a shinobi now. You got to earn money by doing missions, the Hokage shouted then sighed and said, how about this? If you can capture or kill missing Nins, then the bounties will be yours. All right, now on to the next subject. He paused then shouted, stop spying on
just landing on the roof now?
That ORB of yours. You don't need to look out for me anymore.
Where?
The Hokage was taken aback, then quickly nodded. Soon noon came. Naruto bid the Hokage goodbye and left to join Team 7 in their duties. 1 week later, after a week of doing D-rank missions, the Hokage called Team 7 in to give them a new mission. This mission is a C-rank mission.
Got him.
Your job
and
is to protect a person.
Oh, there's another one.
In other words, a protection mission, said the Hokage. Who's the person we are protecting, Hokage-sama? Asked Sakura. I'm just about to introduce him. Come in.
Yeah.
The Hokage said, looking at the door. An old man who is holding a bottle of sake comes into the room, takes a sip of the bottle, and starts talking down on the 3 genins. We will be taking our leave now, Hokage-sama, said Kakashi.
So
As everyone is about to leave, the Hokage called out, Naruto, I would like a word with you if you please. Everyone may leave. Naruto will join you at the gates later. With that, everyone left the room, leaving Naruto and the Hokage alone. Naruto, is this the mission that you talked about? Asked the Hokage. Yes,
I've got another muni if you need it.
This is the mission that I talked about. So will you give me a pardon for the people that I want to bring back and allow them to enter the village? I don't know if we can trust the two that you mentioned.
Someone's heading over into the superstore.
Just saw him running towards. He seems too crafty and sneaky to be trusted, especially if you look at his background killing all 100 Academy students. I know, but I really want to save Haku. He is a very kind person. He is the one who taught me where true strength and power comes from. It comes from your love for the person that you are protecting. Besides, he also reminds me of me.
Yeah,
said Naruto
go to the end of the game.
It's shit. The Hokage looked at Naruto for a minute and muttered something along the lines of troublesome. He then began to write on a piece of scroll before handing the scroll to Naruto and said, "This scroll will allow the person that you bring back entrance into the village, but he must be brought to me right away." Naruto smiled and said,
someone's shooting us.
"Thank you, Aji. You were always a smart and kind Hokage." Naruto then left the room to join up with his team and client, but he could have sworn that the Hokage is smiling behind his back. XXXXXXXXXX.
He ran away.
After a while of traveling, Naruto shouted out, "Oh no, I gotta go," as he rushed towards the trees. "Can we really rely on that brat?" asked a worried Tazuna. "Don't worry, Konoha shinobis are well trained." Kakashi reassured the old man. "Naruto, that baka," muttered Sakura. Meanwhile, once out of sight, Naruto created 3 shadow clones, and all 3 rushed ahead without attracting attention from the 15 minutes later, a sudden rush of information informed Naruto that the demon brothers have been captured and are now being carried back to Konoha by 2
what the
clones
fuck? Yeah, he is.
ANBU.
I just got done too.
Smiling Naruto thought, payday, as he went back out onto the
road.
road, facing a group of very annoyed people.
Well, I'm safe where I am. I'm right up into the corner.
Ran into a pair of ANBU, carrying a pair of unconscious shinobis.
If you get up on this side,
What's
you'll be
going
right.
on? Asked Kakashi. "We found these
Fucking
2
hell, you
suspiciously hiding out along the road. We then took them out and are now reporting back to the Hokage," one of the ANBU replied. Kakashi studied the 2 ANBU and then the 2 unconscious shinobis.
I think they were up on that tower.
To continue on. The 2 ENBU then
One's
left
just jumped.
and went back
I just
to
pinged it.
Konoha.
One's just jumped off.
XXXXXXXXX. Zabuza's hideout.
And where all the
"You
fucking
failed,"
rocket stuff is.
shouted out Gato, pointing at Zabuza. "Do you know how much money I will be spending on hiring you?" "Shut the fuck up. I'll get the job done. This time I'll personally go and kill the builder and his bodyguards," replied Zabuza with killing intent. XXXXXXXXXX. Land of Waves. "So this is the Land of Waves," said Sakura as she looks around. "It's good to be back," thought Naruto. "Well, come on, let's go," said Tazuna as they headed for the bridge. Naruto, feeling background movement and a slight amount of killing intent, immediately grabbed Sakura from around the waist and dived towards the ground. Nah, Naruto. What are you do?" Sakura said before being interrupted by Kakashi's shout, "Everyone get down."
I think they're over there.
Sasuke grabbed Tazuna and dived towards the ground, while Kakashi ducked when a flying blade came swirling towards the group. "Well, this is going to be a pain," said Kakashi as he looked up and saw Zabuza stand on the blade that was now stuck on a tree. "Kakashi-sensei, who is that person?" asked Sakura. "That person is one of the 7 swordsmen of the Hidden Mist, Zabuza Momochi, but he is now a missing
recon.
Everyone stay back, because he is very dangerous," replied Kakashi as he starts removing his forehead protector from his left eye. "You are also a pain, Sharingan user Kakashi, but that doesn't matter, because all of you are going to die," Zabuza said as he jumped on top of the lake, then performed a hand seal and said, "Hidden Mist, no, just Sue," and vanished into the incoming mist. Sharingan? Impossible, only a select few in the Uchiha clan possesses this ability, thought Sasuke. Stay by the client, yelled Kakashi. The three genin surrounded Tizuna as they looked around for Zabuza in the thick mist.
Lots of shooting
Kakashi, feeling Sasuke's fear due to the intense killing intent, reassured his team by stating that he won't allow his friends to die. Naruto smiled and created 2 shadow clones. One went to stand by Tizuna, and the other went next to Sasuke. Just as Zabuza appeared into the middle of the group and swung his broadsword, Naruto grabbed Sakura by the waist again, while the other 2 clones grabbed their respective targets by the shoulder and jumped backwards away from the path of the sword. Kakashi appeared behind Zabuza and stabbed him through the back, only for it to burst into water. The 3 genin and Tizuna, along with Naruto's clones, watched as Kakashi and Zabuza fight using clones.
He jumped.
One after another clones were being destroyed until the real Zabuza managed to kick the real Kakashi into the lake. Then using some kind of justice, he created a water prison around Kakashi, trapping him inside and unable to move. Zabuza, with only one hand, created yet another water clone, which appeared on land, and began walking towards the group with the intent to kill. As Kakashi shouted for them to take the client and run, Zabuza's clone laughed out and said he's going to enjoy killing the brats. The clone that was next to Sasuke used the chance and dashed towards the lake while performing hand seals. Zabuza's clone, noticing it, dashed towards it, but was stopped by a kunai pointing towards its back. A voice then said, "Hey, leave my brother alone. Can't you see he's busy performing hand seals?" With that said, the clone that was next to Tizuna then stabbed through the Zabuza clone and pulled upwards, slicing the clone.
I have more now, actually.
As everyone watched this, they then heard a shout, "Suiton, Tsuryuden no Jutsu," coming from the clone that dashed towards the water earlier. To their surprise, a water dragon rose up from the lake and started heading for Zabuza. With no choice whatsoever, Zabuza had to remove his hand from the water prison to dodge the incoming water dragon. Now, Naruto was the only thing said by Kakashi, Sakura, and Sasuke at the same time in complete shock. What in the world? How can that brat know this technique? Looks like I underestimated the kid. Thought Zabuza doing hand seals and dodging the water dragon at the same time. Hey, Kakashi Sensei, hurry up and get this over with, will ya? Shouted the clone close to the lake. Thanks, Naruto. Let me handle this now,
Venom's in the lobby,
Kakashi said as he stood up. Suiton, Tsuryuden no Jutsu, shouted Zabuza. A water dragon then emerged out of the lake and collided with the first. Kakashi then went and faced Zabuza, who once again started to perform the hand seals for creating the water dragon Justo. But Kakashi is also performing the exact same seals. This infuriated Zabuza when the 2 water dragons clashed yet again, sending rain to fall around them. Kakashi managed to get the upper hand by pretending to be able to read minds by using the Sharingan and Jinjutsu.
Zabuza didn't let me ping. Why didn't it let me fucking ping?
And was blasted by the technique he was about to use, but Kakashi ended up completing it first. Just as Kakashi was about to deal the finishing blow, a pair of needles struck Zabuza in the neck, seemingly killing him. A masked figure revealed itself to be a hunter Nin from Kiri and thanked the group for helping him kill Zabuza. Kakashi examined the body and he determined the body to be dead.
Once that contract
the masked figure then said, "I'll be taking this body now, if you'll excuse me." A Naruto clone then went behind him with a kunai held against his neck, telling him not to move, making everyone turn their heads towards them. Naruto, what are you doing?
I think the smoke tilts the other way,
while forgetting
whereas the stun tilts to your
real
left.
Naruto is still hugging her from behind. This is not the real Hunter Nin. He is a fake and is a subordinate.
Well, you can't get the most wanted for another minute anyway.
Immediately after that, the masked Nin shouted out, "Demonic crystal ice mirrors." An ice mirror began to form by the body of Zabuza, and then to everyone's shock, a hand came out of the mirror and grabbed the body of Zabuza, pulling him in. After that, the mirror melted. The masked Nin then dispersed, revealing that it was made out of water.
What pistol have you got?
Damn, they got away. I just want to capture them and then try to persuade them into joining Konoha. Naruto said in his mind.
No.
Naruto, How did you know that he was a fake? Asked Kakashi, turning around
to look at the 9 is the auto.
Sakura, noticing this, turned her head and saw Naruto, who then smiled. She then looked down her waist and found that his arms are still wrapped around her. She then said, "Naruto, would you mind letting go of me now?" blushing while angry at the same time. Oops, sorry Sakura-chan, I forgot. Too busy watching Kakashi-sensei. Kicking ass, you know, he said, still smiling while acting innocent at the same time. Anyways, that masked Nin is a fake due to 2 reasons. One is that he didn't try to destroy the body right away, but was trying to take the body someplace else, which didn't make sense, since Hunter Nins are supposed to destroy the body right away. 2. The weapons he used were 2 needles, which would most likely not kill unless it hits vital organs.
We got money to buy a loadie.
But Kakashi-sensei examined the body, and he determined it to be dead. Said Sakura. Things aren't always what they seem, said Sasuke. Naruto has a valid point, and if he's correct, then Zabuza could still be alive. We need her. Kakashi was unable to finish talking and fainted. All 3 genin ran up to Kakashi shouting out his name. Tazuna decided that they should head towards his home and then decide what to do later. XXXXXXXXXX. Tazuna's house. As Kakashi woke up, he was scolded by Tazuna's daughter Tsunami. Don't worry, I just fainted due to overexhaustion by using the Sharingan too much, but I won't be able to move for a week. I think we need explanations now that Kakashi-sensei is awake, said Naruto, looking towards Tazuna. Tazuna fidgeted for a moment, then sighed, and began telling them about a wealthy shipping magnate who have taken over the entire country's shipping industries using money and violence. Gato uses the shipping industries to do illegal things like selling drugs and other dangerous items. Since the country is now trying to build a bridge to connect to the Fire Country. If the bridge is completed, then Gato business will go down under. So that is why he is sending people and ninjas to go after your life, said Sakura. But if you know that ninjas will be after your life, then why did you lie to us and applied for AC rank mission instead of AB rank mission? Asked Kakashi. The Wave Country is very poor thanks to Gato, so we can't afford the more expensive B rank mission. I'll understand if you decide to leave now, considering the dangers involved. Naruto looked at Tazuna and Tsunami. Both had become depressed, so he began to say, well, there's no helping it now that we're here anyways.
One's coming in from my left.
We'll continue the mission to protect you. I will even get rid of Gato for you, but under the condition that this mission be upgraded to B rank. Like I said, we don't have that kind of money, said a sad,
someone hiding in these buses, I swear.
Don't worry, once Gato is gone, this country's economy will start flowing again. Not to mention that once the bridge is completed, the Fire Country will want to start doing businesses with you. I'm sure that Kakashi-sensei can convince the Hokage to let your country pay for the mission at a later date. Once this country's income starts flowing in, right, Kakashi-sensei, said Naruto. Kakashi looked at Tazuna and his daughter's brightened up face, sighed, then nodded. XXXXXXXXXX. Meanwhile, the boy carrying the body of Zabuza starts coming out of an ice mirror and laid the body of Zabuza down on the ground. He then proceeded to use medical tools to remove the needles from Zabuza's neck.
Fuck off, can't even get away, can't even run.
Zabuza, who then removed the needles forcefully by hand. You would have died, said the masked Nin. I underestimated Sharingan Kakashi and his genin, but I won't do it again. This time I will win against the Sharingan and kill them all, said Zabuza. You won't be able to move for a week.
Nice.
1 week. Kakashi, you and your team only have a week left to live, laughed Zabuza. XXXXXXXXXX.
You got all the buybacks.
Tazuna's house. Now that everything's decided,
you got one less kill than me,
to train
still
you
did
guys,
fucking good.
Said Kakashi.
I died more times.
I don't think now's the time for training Kakashi-sensei, said Sakura. Zabuza,
I just had shit going.
You don't have to worry about Zabuza right now, since I did determine that he was dead. That means that he must have been put into a momentary death situation. People who have been put into a momentary death will need time to recover. So we still have time. Answer Kakashi. It doesn't matter how much you train. You will all just end up dying. Came a small voice. Everyone turned around and saw a little boy staring at them. No one can beat Gato. The boy then welcomed his grandfather back and went back to his room. What was all that about? Since he called you grandfather, I guess that means he's your grandson, asked Sakura. Tazuna nodded and told him his grandson's name is Inari and began to tell him the town's past. About Inari's stepfather and how he gave hope to the town before he was put to death by Gato. After his death, Inari and the town's people changed and lost all hope and courage to stand up to Gato and his men. Naruto then got up and started to head towards the door. Naruto, where are you going? Asked Sakura. Well, if we're going to save this town from Gato and beat Zabuza, we better start training right away. I'll show the kid that real heroes still exists, said Naruto. The others looked at each other, smiled, and followed Naruto out into the woods.
Hey, Venom.
XXXXXXXXX. In the woods.
How you doing?
Kakashi started explaining about chakra and its uses and the
Go
importance
to
of
the
chakra
Cheeses
control.
band again thing that's on there.
He demonstrated the training they are about to do.
I got banned for nothing. I recorded the last like the 15 minutes on starting, and there was nothing on there that I said.
Explore the town some more and do some self-training.
It's fucking stupid.
Naruto chakra control.
I put a support thing on there.
Kakashi said, pointing at the tallest tree. Then you'll be doing
I even put a support thing out like a support ticket, and I've heard nothing. They're just fucked. They just do it because they can now, you know?
A very tall tree and sat waiting on a tree branch while Sasuke is having difficulties with the exercise. Very good, Sakura. Your chakra control is one of the best I have ever seen. Sasuke, you still need to do better than that. Now, where did Naruto go? He said, well,
fucking hell, let me call her.
Kakashi-sensei, I'm up here, said Naruto. They all looked up and found Naruto standing at the very top of the tallest tree that Kakashi pointed to moments ago. So now can I go explore the town and do some self-training?
Oh, is she there?
Sakura was impressed that Naruto could climb
I was just about to fuck. All right, now we need to get Steph in here. Oh, he's there.
Kakashi, on the other hand, was shocked to see Naruto at the top of the tree, but later nodded. Naruto then left and went into town thinking, I've already mastered tree climbing. Now, I just need to work on a little more water walking. That shouldn't take long, but Rasengan will need another week, and nature manipulation still needs more work. Day 6 of training. Haku should be around here, thought Naruto as he looked around the woods. Once he spotted Haku, he slowly approached the boy who looks like a girl. My name is Naruto Uzumaki. Do you have time? I would like to talk with you. I know who you are, and that Zabuza is still alive.
No.
Don't worry, I don't want to fight you.
No, she can definitely pull out of you if she has a strap on,
smiling at the boy.
And somebody likes to get paid.
Haku was caught by surprise, but then nodded and followed Naruto deeper into the woods where they were sure that they were alone. I am a Konoha, as you have probably known.
You now, bitch.
I have come here with an offer for you.
Go do the dishes, motherfucker.
If you and your partner surrender to us now, then I can guarantee you a home in Konoha. You will be freed from being hunted by real hunter needs. I know you are a kind person and don't want you to end up dying. If you continue doing what you and your partner are doing, then death is the only path for you and your partner. Do you want to watch your precious person die in front of you? Said Naruto. Haku was silent as he took in all of what Naruto said. After a while, Haku responded with, I'll have to discuss this with Zabuza-sen. Whatever he decides is whatever path I take. Please think this over and try to convince Zabuza as much as you can. Gato cannot be trusted and will betray the two of you once we are dealt with. Why are you doing this? Asked Haku. Because I have witnessed someone who is very
I'm 21st of July.
Protecting his most important person, and all he wanted was a place to live and someone who cares for him, said Naruto with a depressed face. Haku then smiled and said, You are a very kind person. I will try my best to convince Zabuza-san. By the way, my name is Haku, and I'm a boy. After that, he took off from the forest while Naruto smiled and hoped for the best. XXXXXXXXXX. Zabuza's hideout. You are too naive, Haku. That boy is lying to you. He is just using your kindness and willingness to trust a trap and kill us. Remember what I taught you. You're nothing more than a tool to kill. All shinobis are tools used for killing, Zabuza said after being told of the offer. But Zabuza is saying he is different. I can see in his eyes that he is telling the truth. He might be able to help, Haku said when he was interrupted by silence. I have made my decision. Do not make me repeat myself. Is that clear? Shouted out Zabuza. Haku merely nodded before Zabuza continued. Prepare yourself for tomorrow, because tomorrow everything will end. And then we'll deal with God ourselves, said Zabuza with a wide smirk across his face. XXXXXXXXXX. Supper time, Tizuna's house. Why are you guys training so hard? It doesn't matter how hard you train. You can't beat Gato. All of you will just end up dying for no reason, just like him. His death was worthless, shouted out Inari with tears running down his face when he witnessed the tired-out ninjas. Shut up. How dare you say your father's death was worthless? He died to give this town hope. He died to give you hope. Did he ever give up when he died? No. Up until the end, he was still full of pride because he died believing in this town and you. He died to protect you and this town. Naruto shouted at Inari.
Hello.
If you just want to run away, then run, you coward.
One at a time, we all do that once.
When we face someone stronger than us, we will fight and fight until our last breath. Naruto glared. Inari then went back towards his room full of tears. XXXXXXXXX.
I hope you are
the
with
next
it
day.
for me.
Naruto, are you ready?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I'll be there in a minute, said Naruto.
I just need to mute myself.
He then created 2 shadow clones in the house before he went and joined his team in Tizuna.
Still loud.
XXXXXXXXX. The bridge. There are corpses of bridge builders laying on the ground by the time the group arrived, with an eerie mist beginning to form. They're coming, shouted out Kakashi. A bunch of Zabuza clones appeared and surrounded the group, but Sasuke instantly wiped them out with 2 kunais.
Are you sure?
Zabuza then appeared along with Haku by his side. I'm impressed. What do you think, Haku? Asked Zabuza.
Haku look hot driving a boat.
Yes, he is very good, very gifted.
Got my tits out and everything, all wet.
Well, we don't have a lot of time, so let's begin, said Zabuza while Haku dashed forward. I'll fight him, cried out Sasuke.
I'm not a bot.
Fought Naruto. XXXXXXXXXX. Meanwhile, Tizuna's house. The noise of wood falling onto the ground can be heard, and when Tsunami went to look, she saw 2 men carrying swords enter the house through the hole they made.
Come and get your
Tsunami
shit.
then screamed, which alerted Inari, who came running. The 2 samurais then threatened to kill Inari, but was stopped by Tsunami threatening to kill herself if they hurt Inari. Soon Tsunami was captured while Inari was shaking in fear, crying. Inari then remembered Naruto and his father's words about courage and fighting to protect. He then rushed out shouting at the samurais to let go of his mother, but was then saved just mere seconds before being cut to pieces by Naruto. Good going, kid. You're finally becoming a man. Thanks to your distraction, I managed to grab your mom away from him, said a smile.
You know, it's a really good song of his.
Naruto, I thought you went with the group to the bridge, asked
Have you heard that monster song
I
by
did,
him?
but then I created clones using ninja arts to stay in the house,
it's good
just in
monsters
case something like this
by,
might happen, replied the Naruto clone.
James Blunt.
Now just sit back and let us handle it.
Oh no, you gotta listen to it. It's so sad.
If it isn't the loser ninja, did you come back just
It'll
to
make you cry. It's really sad,
said one of the samurais. No, not really. I'm just here to do this to you, said a second clone that appeared behind their back, double palm jukin. With that, the 2 samurais kneeled forward, unconscious. They then tied up the samurais. I'll let the boss know while you stay here and continue to protect them, one of the clones said, and then dispersed. I'm going to go into town to rally people up to fight against God. Inari said, can you look after mom for me? No problem, kid. You just do what you have to do, and I'll make sure your mom is safe and sound, said a smiling clone as he watched Inari run off into town, shouting out to the people. XXXXXXXXXX. The bridge. Sasuke and Haku's fight have already begun, while Kakashi was challenged by Zabuza. Naruto decided to stay next to Sakura and Tizuna and watch how things will turn out. When Sasuke began to gain the upper hand due to the
Jump through the window,
climbing exercise, Haku then activated his bloodline limit and instantly reversed the situation. XXXXXXXXX. Meanwhile, Kakashi was stabbed by Zabuza and his Sharingan was proven useless due to the thick mist. Zabuza then faded into the mist yet again. Kakashi then realized that Zabuza's new targets were Naruto, Sakura, and Tazuna. Zabuza appeared behind Tazuna and about to swipe when he was instantly kicked away by Naruto's chakra-powered kick. "Don't come anywhere near here, or else you'll regret it," said a pissed-off Naruto. Kakashi then appeared a second later, only to see a flying Zabuza. "Shit, what a powerful kick. I think some ribs are broken," thought Zabuza, now coughing out blood. Kakashi then went off to find Zabuza, thinking that now is the time to finish this battle. XXXXXXXXXX. Meanwhile, Sasuke was slowly being worn down by the attacks of Haku, and just when he was about to give up, he thought of his clan's massacre and then activated the Sharingan, which then finally allowed him to see some of the movements of Haku. But even though he could see, he was still too slow to react, not to mention his already worn-out body.
One on the roof is dead.
He then let out a scream before collapsing due to a shower of needles that hit him in the back.
Why is it invalid, mate? It's not fucking invalid.
Hearing the scream, rushed towards where the Sasuke and Haku fight is. Naruto then saw a collapsed Sasuke, but he knew that Sasuke was alive due to Haku's personality of not willing to kill innocents. "Vaku, is this your answer?" Naruto shouted at the mirrors. "I am sorry, Naruto-kun, but Zabuza-san has denied your proposal, and I will follow him wherever he so chooses," said Haku. XXXXXXXXXX. Summoning technique. Earth release. Tracking fawn technique, said Kakashi after he rolls out a scroll and smears his blood over it. Then perform the hand seals required before slamming the scroll to the ground. "It is useless, Kakashi. Whatever you do is useless. You can't find me, but I can find you," said Zabuza in the background. Then from within the ground, a pack of hounds appeared and grabbed onto Zabuza, making him immobile, shocking him. "These hunting hounds have the best sense of smell. My blood is all over your weapons when you attacked me earlier," said Kakashi. "Now I believe it's time to end this." Kakashi began performing hand seals, and a ball of blue chakra began forming on his palm. After the jutsu was finished, he shouted out, "Lightning Edge." XXXXXXXXX. "Zabuza, you freaking coward. You selfish bastard. Why would you try and bring down someone who would do anything for you? Why would you sacrifice someone who is willing to use his own life just to protect your worthless skin? All Haku wants is to be loved. All he wants is a home. Yet you are prepared to throw him away like a tool. He loves you. He really loves you. You bastard," cried Naruto. "Naruto," Haku said, but instantly he felt a disturbance and dashed towards the source. Naruto, also feeling the disturbance, dashed towards the source. XXXXXXXXX. As Kakashi lifted up his hand and began to thrust, Haku appeared in front of the immobilized Zabuza, shielding him from the attack. Just before Kakashi hit Haku, another body appeared in front of Haku and pushed him away. Kakashi's hand went right through the person's body. When Haku looked up, what he saw was Zabuza having an arm right through his lower right chest of his body. Naruto then showed up and saw that Kakashi, instead of piercing Haku through the heart, has pierced Zabuza instead, but not through the heart.
Thing here, Venom.
Zabuza, why? Said a shocked and confused Haku, now spilling tears from his eyes.
Yeah, well, that guy's dead.
"Foolish boy, that body that you were. Cough. Shielding was just a water clone. Cough," said Zabuza, now coughing out blood. The water clone then dispersed into a puddle of water, and the dogs disappeared into a puff of smoke. Kakashi, seeing what was happening, carefully removed his arm, then laid Zabuza carefully on the ground, and watched as Zabuza talked to the now crying Haku. "Even so, why? Why did you save me? I'm supposed to die. Wasn't I your tool?" cried Haku. "You know, Cough, a moment ago I wouldn't have Cough done what I did, but after hearing Cough, what that loud mouth shouted out, Cough, my body just moved on its own." He coughed out some more blood, then continued,
up in
to
here.
think, Cough, that Demon Zabuza would do something like this. Cough would only make people laugh. Ha ha, Cough. Please stop. Please stop talking, Zabuza-san. Kri, Haku. No, Cough. I have some things to say before. Cough. My time runs out, cough. He took a breath before continuing. I'm sorry, Haku. I am not able to give you a cough good life. Don't be sad, boy, cough. And don't go looking for revenge, cough. You and I both know what the risks are, cough. When we took this mission, cough, cough, I have always lived a life full of hatred and revenge, cough, because all I ever felt was cough. That a ninja is just a tool to be used and then be discarded, cough. But you lived a life of protection, a life full of love, cough, a much greater life. Here. Taking another breath,
you guys are over that way.
Promise me that you'll live a good cough life. Then raising an arm, he gestured for Naruto to come forward, which Naruto did and knelt beside Haku. He then said, is that offer, cough, still available? After when Naruto nodded, he continued, then take Haku back with you, cough. I am now handing him over to you, cough. Promise me you'll look after him, cough. Swear to me. I swear I'll take care of Haku. He won't be lonely anymore. He will be like a brother to me. Naruto gently said, ha. You know what? Cough. This is probably cough. The first time in my life that cough. I am happy I died protecting the one that is precious to me. His arm then fell towards the ground, indicating that he is no longer of this world. Naruto and Haku's head dipped in silence, while everyone else stood there with a sad expression on their face.
Yeah, let's go to the airport.
The silence was short-lived, however, when an evil voice echoed across the bridge. Now that most of you are injured, this makes things a whole lot easier, said Gato. Oh, what's this Zabuza that trash has finally kicked the bucket? Good riddance, I was never really going to pay him and his goons anyways. I only planned to use him to weaken you ninjas, then kill all of you with the men behind me. Gato laughed out loud, then continued. And he calls himself Devil of the Mist. What a joke. Now enough of talking. Men, kill them. Kill them all. Hi-ha-ha. I want to cut me some ninja flesh, said one of Gato's men. Oh, look at the female ninja. She looks like she might be able to satisfy us. Then we'll cut her up into many tiny pieces, said another, laughing hysterically. Then the whole group started ranting kill. Kill. Kill.
One's coming to the roof.
And Haku then both stood up and raised their heads, looking at Gato and his men, with pure hatred unleashing a dense amount of killing intent. Naruto
got one dead underneath.
To Kakashi, Kakashi-sensei, you are tired. Let us handle this. Haku then said to Naruto,
coming up.
Naruto-kun, these are going to be my last kills for Zabuza-san. Allow me to honor his name. Naruto then nodded and created around 50 shadow clones, all ready to kill this greatly frightened Gato and his men. Haku then performed the hidden mist technique. When a cloud of mist shrouded
who the fuck, who was standing over there?
Naruto, including shadow clones, and Haku were off. In less than 30 seconds, all of the men were killed, except for Gato.
I couldn't say anything. Oh, sick.
Haku then approached Gato, who frantically backs away.
I was like, who died?
And then, don't kill me, please. I'll give you money. I'll give you all of my money. Just don't kill me, cried the short man. You have dishonored Zabuza-san's name and anyone who dishonors his name. The result.
Although it is nice because you can hear him walking in the snow.
Performed hand seals and shouted out 1,000 flying water needles of death. 1,000 needles starts swarming at the short man, and after the attack was over, he fell over dead, resembling a porcupine. Meanwhile, Naruto approached the man who threatened Sakura. Running away in a frantic, he slipped on a puddle of water and fell. Turning around, he started begging for mercy, but by the look on Naruto's face, you can tell there is no shred of mercy.
Antarctica! It's snowing in Antarctica!
2 Raisingans, one in each hand. He slowly approached the man until he was standing next to the poor fellow on the ground, and then said, "You threaten my wife. Anyone who threatens my wives. The result is pain and death." Naruto then shoved a Raisingan right into the poor man's crotch, shattering whatever that was supposed to be there. The man then immediately shrieked out in pain while rolling around clutching his shattered
I saw fake snow in New Zealand at
allowed the man 10 more minutes of pain before
which was like a
thrusting the
snowboarding
second
indoor thing.
Raisingan at the man's head, instantly killing him.
Actually, in my freezer there's some fake snow.
And to the shock of Sakura and Tizuna,
Yeah.
Every one of Gato's men were dead, including Gato himself.
She's in
What
Campbelltown.
shocked them the most was Naruto and Haku didn't even have a scratch on them. Inari then shouted out towards them, and when they looked, they saw the whole town's men were behind him carrying anything they could find as a weapon. Naruto then knew that this town will no longer need protection from outside forces. Haku then went to Zabuza's body. He then asked Kakashi and Tazuna if Zabuza can be
I've been hit by a big hail.
Kakashi then looked at Tazuna, who nodded. After getting approval, Kakashi then picked up Zabuza's body. Sasuke finally awoke due to the happy cheers of the townspeople. Tazuna then went and picked him up bridal style, causing him to blush due to the embarrassment. XXXXXXXXXX. 2 weeks later, Zabuza's grave. The bridge was completed on time, thanks to the group's protection, along with shadow clones doing manual labor. The group decided to visit Zabuza's grave one last time. They waited for Haku's final goodbye.
He's like, why aren't you grinding camos? Get inside.
Goodbye to Tazuna and his family. After watching the group leave, Tazuna decided to name the bridge after the hero who gave them hope and courage, who also helped protected the bridge and take down Gato.
I'm hoping to see
the bridge was later called the Great Naruto Bridge.
Ireland.
XXXXXXXXXX. Fire Country.
Next November.
Haku felt nervous and scared, so he decided to talk to Naruto, but was reassured that the Hokage is a good person and will gladly take him in.
Fuck no.
Kakashi, after hearing this, smiled, then asked Naruto, "Hey Naruto, why didn't the Hokage tell me anything about recruiting gifted ninjas?"
Come and look after him.
Naruto had to think of something quick, then answered, "I don't know, Kakashi-sensei.
Yeah, that's it.
My guess is it's because you're always late at everything that the Hokage felt you would probably forget about something like this as well."
It'll go
Naruto.
off.
Hearing this, Kakashi's shoulders drooped low and his head hang over, looking down at the ground.
It'll tell you when.
Sakura tried to hide in a giggle, but failed while inner Sakura praised Naruto.
You'll see on the map big red circle that you got to stay out of.
Pretending not to care, but in actual fact, there was a
I just heard that came from near me.
Kakashi then
someone's shooting near me.
Asked another question. How are we going to get Haku into the village? He doesn't have any identification, so he won't be allowed past the gates. That's a good question, Kakashi-sensei, but I have that all covered, Naruto replied, and then pulled out a scroll. This scroll was given to me by the Hokage. It will allow anyone that I bring back entrance into Konoha. After being praised, a little bit of life came back into him, and he decided to ask, "Why did the Hokage give the scroll to you and not to me?" "I don't know, Kakashi-sensei, but my guess is the Hokage might be afraid that you would mistaken the scroll for your Aika Paradise book and leave it back at home," Naruto replied while smirking. That was the killing blow.
You run, motherfucker?
Kakashi lost all life and now needed to be dragged back to Konoha by a shadow clone that Naruto created. Sakura was now laughing like there is no tomorrow, while inner Sakura was celebrating with Naruto fans waving around. Sasuke was now unable to hide the wide smile on his face and quickly ran in front of the group.
You could hear them running right next to her.
Haku, of course, was confused as hell, but decided to avoid any more questions.
It's like right outside the door, hey.
XXXXXXXXX. Hokage office. Excellent job on the mission, Team 7. You should all go back now and get some nicely earned rest, said the smiling Hokage, and then he called for Naruto to stay while everyone but Haku left the room. "So your name is Haku, is it not?" asked the Hokage. "Yes, my name is Haku. Please take care of me,"
get a loadie.
Haku said while bowing.
I'll come to you guys.
I still don't know what to do with you yet. I'll first have to test your
basically,
abilities
we get guns in the
decide
box.
where you should go or what you should do. "What?" shouted out Naruto. "Why can't Haku just stick with me? I'll show him around and..." Naruto stopped when Haku put a hand on his shoulder and shook his head. "It's all right, Naruto-kun. I'll be fine."
You sound like you're
Haku,
really far away from your mic.
That I'll take care of you. "It's fine," said Haku with a smile. "I can tell the Hokage is a good person when I looked into his eyes. He won't do anything to harm me." After seeing Haku's determination and having the Hokage's word on Haku's safety, Naruto left the room and went home wondering what the old man was going to do.
Someone's shooting me.
XXXXXXXXX. A week later. Team 7 just finished another deep
bag of chicks.
Kakashi had to leave so that he could hand a report,
17 grand.
while Sasuke, after coldly turning down Sakura, went off to train some more since he was frustrated at having lost against Haku. Thus leaving Sakura and Naruto alone, but that was short-lived when Konohamaru and his gang showed up asking Naruto to play ninja with them. Konohamaru then spotted Sakura and asked Naruto if she was his girlfriend.
I've got this clip
saying that Konohamaru
I've got a clip I've got to show you. I did a random extra and I got some dude.
Which told Naruto that it was time to book it, yelling for Konohamaru and his gang to run as well. Konohamaru then ran into a 14.
Oh my god, you bought a loadie without us.
Makeup marks all over his face.
I'll make sure to buy a lot of
Next
things
to the boy was a girl with blonde hair and bluish green eyes.
There goes a bunch of
strapped to her
hooks
back
here.
appears to be a giant fan.
I've also
the boy
got
then lifted Konohamaru up by the shirt
mini box
and said that he was going to teach the kids some manners. XXXXXXXXXX. Elsewhere,
I've got another
Chunins and Jonins have gathered around in front of the Hokage.
Should we go and do this
so is it that time
task
already?
Over here?
Asked Kakashi. Yeah. I even saw some other countries' candidates.
Oh my
now
gosh,
in
a
the
lovely
village.
task.
So when is it going to happen? Ask Masharanu.
I haven't played that new game yet, though. I was playing Ghostbusters this morning instead.
The Hokage replied, "It will begin in a week. In 7 days, the Chunin exams will commence."
Yeah, it's not bad. Really
XXXXXXXXX.
Kitty-like.
Naruto and gang. Naruto then started walking towards the three of them. Seeing this, Konohamaru
I want to get
said,
that split game.
Get it now.
It's meant to be
My
good.
boss is going to pulverize you.
As a shit.
The boy then looked at Naruto and replied,
Do you have to have another person to play with, or can you do it on your own?
But to their surprise, Naruto kept on walking past them until he was in front of the blonde-haired girl. He then grabbed both of her
I saw that you don't have to have the game, though.
Gorgeous.
Like, if you've got it, you can just invite me.
This caused everyone to bowl over onto the ground with a sweat drop on the back of their heads. The girl responded by telling him that her name is Temari and that the boy over there is her younger brother Kankuro.
Oh, cool.
Temari, what an elegant name.
Yeah,
it suits you.
I want to see all this game's like that I downloaded.
He lifted her hand up and kissed it, which caused her to blush since no one has done such a thing to her before or had the balls to do it. Seeing this, Kankuro and Sakura was furious, although Sakura didn't know why she was. Kankuro then shouted out, "Hey, let go of my sister, you brat." Ignoring Kankuro, Naruto continued on. "So what's a beautiful yet strong-looking sand rose like you doing here?" asked Naruto with a foxy grin, his sapphire blue eyes focusing only on Temari's. Sakura, now even more annoyed, said, "You look like foreign ninjas. What are you doing here?"
There's another game. I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, you need two players to play it.
Without permission.
And you're like,
Temari, now blushing
to get around the map. I think like you're linked by a chain at the leg.
We are Sunagenins. We're here
chain
to
together. Is that what it's called?
Kankuro, now furious, lifted a fist.
No, it's not a Prison Break one.
It was about to strike Naruto when a rock came flying towards him and hit him on the arm. Everybody except for
by the
Naruto
waist, yeah, not by the foot. Yeah, that's the one, chain together. I want to play that with someone. It's funny as fuck.
Tossing another rock up and down while sitting on a tree branch. You may be guests, but we don't tolerate
I saw it on the
violence
PlayStation
towards
store.
our people. Sasuke
It looks fucking funny as.
Sakura and Moegi shouted out, "Sasuke-kun is so cool." Kankuro now got the thing off his back and looked like he's going to fight, but before he could do anything more, a voice appeared behind Sasuke. "Kankuro, stop. You are an embarrassment to our village." This shocked Sasuke and Sakura, since the red-haired boy appeared out of nowhere. Kankuro was literally afraid and tried to salvage the situation, but was threatened with death by the red-haired boy. After apologizing, Kankuro and the red-haired boy was about to leave.
Is that
right? They were
you
stopped by Sasuke asking for the red-haired boy's name. The boy said his name is Gaara, and in turn asked for Sasuke's. Naruto, finally realizing what was going on, lifted Temari's hand up again and kissed it. "Looks like it's time for you to leave. I'll see you later, Temchan," Naruto said with a grin and a wink, making Temari as red as a cherry. He then called for Konohamaru and his gang
Genesis, can you
and
come
left
over
the
here?
scene thinking, so it's the Chunin exams all over again. This is going to get interesting. Chapter 7, the Chunin exams. The day before the exams, Kakashi assembles Team 7 early in the morning to give the team their applications. Kakashi then leaves them be while Sasuke goes back to training, leaving Naruto and Sakura alone. Sakura feels that she is useless and is lagging behind Naruto and Sasuke. Naruto, feeling her uneasiness, asks her what's wrong. She then begins telling him her worries. Sakura, remember what I said the day of the bell test. Anyone who abandons their teammates is shit. If you feel that you can't do this test, then I won't do the test either, said Naruto.
Yeah, Daddy.
Naruto, you can't. What about your dream of becoming Hokage? Asked Sakura. Yes, my dream is important, but if I were to compare my dream with you, then you would be more important.
Pug has a fucking a way of words.
Looking at Sakura with great intensity. Sakura's heart started beating like crazy, and her face starts burning up. What should I do? Thought Sakura. I think Naruto, just confess to me. What do you think? Kiss the guy,
funny to play
and
with.
don't tell me you haven't noticed how nice he looks wearing
games. Play games with.
Said yes. Inner Sakura. You've also stopped bashing him
whenever
he does something to you, like the time where he was hugging you from behind. Be quiet, thought Sakura, but now that she thinks about it, it's true, and she also remembers how amazing it felt when he hugged her. Naruto, I'm just a useless ninja. All of those missions were completed thanks to you and Sasuke can. Now, with the Chunin exams, I am afraid that without the two of you, I might FA. She never got to finish because she was pulled into a kiss by Naruto. Holy shit. Wow, this feels good, said IS. Nah, Naruto. What am I gonna do? What's happening to me? Tongue. But that was the last thing she thought. 5 minutes later, they broke apart in order to catch a breath. Sakura, I don't ever want to hear you say you're useless. To me, you are one of the 8 greatest female ninjas in this world, said a very serious Naruto. He then smiled. Don't worry about the Chunin exams. You'll do fine. Just be more confident in yourself. After all, you do have the best chakra control out of all 3 of us, and the best overall knowledge when it comes to Jinjutsu, not to mention the fact that you are very smart, Naruto said with a wink. Sakura's face now crimson red, only managed to nod, but when Naruto looked like he is about to leave, she instantly grabbed his hand and said, don't go. Naruto, feeling Sakura's hand, then turned around and pulled her into a hug. I missed you so much, whispered Naruto, now having tears in his eyes. Naruto, did you say something? Asked Sakura, now stroking the back of his head. Huh? Oh, nothing. I said I love you so much, said a smiling Naruto, who then let go of her. Sakura, seeing Naruto having tears in his eyes, made her heart ache. He loves me. He really loves me, thought Sakura, now also having tears in her eyes. Naruto, seeing her cry, kissed her again, and then said, don't worry, Sakura, I won't be going anywhere soon. I promise I'll protect
Seth
you
was
till the
like,
day I die.
nah, she's not going to want to connect on things. When she will. She can't live without me.
I promise, said Naruto with a smile. He then cupped her face with his hand and wiping away her
if you guys want to play,
now cheer up, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Comms, that's fine. I'm cool with that.
Sakura nodded. Then, just as Naruto was about to jump off, she grabbed
I gotta say though, Discord chat is better than.
Leaving
I can hear a lot more in Discord chat than I can with PlayStation chat. I can hear the game more. Yeah.
Day of Chunin exams.
No. If it was on the PlayStation,
said Naruto when he went to meet up with Sakura, I wouldn't be able to hear the game and Sasuke.
Much.
Fina, Naruto-kun, said Sakura while blushing. Sakura seems weird today, thought Sasuke. As they entered the building, there was a big commotion. Rock Lee and Tenten were trying to go through a door, but was prevented by 2 shinobis. Naruto, ignoring the commotion, started heading towards the stairs, but was stopped by the 2 when they noticed him. Hey, why are you going upstairs? Asked one of them. Because I want to go to the exam room on the 3rd floor, replied Naruto. Sakura-chan, would you mind telling these idiots what floor this is? This is the 2nd floor, said Sakura. The whole floor is under Jinjutsu, replied Sasuke when everybody seemed confused. After that, one of the shinobis attacked Sasuke, but both were stopped by Rock Lee. Rock Lee's teammates then approached him and began chatting with him. Rock Lee then noticed Sakura and asked her out, but was instantly turned down. Neji then walked up to Sasuke asking for his name, but was ignored. Sakura, sensing the tension, dragged both Naruto and Sasuke out of the area. After leaving the area, Rock Lee showed up and and challenged Sasuke to a match. Naruto, not wanting to see the match, decided to go to the exam room first. Sakura decided to go with Naruto, since she thinks that the winner will be Sasuke anyways, so there is no point. Sasuke nodded and said he will join them later. XXXXXXXXXX. Naruto and Sakura approached the room and found Kakashi standing in front of it. Kakashi then noticed that Sasuke was missing and asked where he is. Sakura replied that Sasuke was challenged by some kid named Rock Lee and told Kakashi not to worry because Sasuke would be here soon enough. Moments later, Sasuke showed up with excitement on his eyes. They then entered the room. As they entered the room, they noticed the room was packed, and then slowly the other Rookie 9 started approaching them. Ino then jumped onto the back of Sasuke, while Naruto, noticing Hinata, grabbed her hand and led her away, with Hinata being utterly confused. Sakura, noticing this, eyed Naruto and Hinata while completely ignoring Ino and Sasuke.
Real higher.
XXXXXXXXX. Once they reached a relatively private place, Hinata then asked softly,
jackass. Yeah, there's another one near me. I just took his
what's going on?
Specialist.
Hinata-chan, you don't need to be shy when talking to me. You also need to speak louder, or else people won't understand you. Naruto said. He then smiled and continued on, have more confidence in yourself. I don't like girls who I can't understand when they talk. This frightened Hinata. I'm sorry, Naruto-kun, she softly said.
I think
Naruto then put on a serious expression. Okay, that does it. From now on, every time you stutter when talking to me, I will kiss you, said Naruto. Then, noticing the shock on Hinata's face, he smiled. I will at first kiss you on the forehead, and if you continue, I will move on to the cheeks, and if you continue after that, I will kiss you right here. Naruto said, pointing at her lips.
Got a real one in my building.
And as red as a cherry. Naruto can kiss. Do I kiss? Hi.
Oh, you fucking dogs.
Sakura, now furious, looked on in anger. What the hell is going on? Said I.S. It took quite a while for Hinata to finally speak normally. Naruto thinks that it is due to the embarrassment that made her stop stuttering and not his kisses. That's my girl, Naruto said as he lifted up her chin and kissed her on the lips, making her wave her arms frantically. Nah, Naruto couldn't kiss. WHY kiss? Did you kiss me on the lips when I stopped stuttering? Asked a flushed Hinata. Why else? It's because you're so cute, answered Naruto with a smile. Hinata almost fainted, but managed to control herself, probably due to the fact that she doesn't want the dream to end. Sakura couldn't take it anymore, and was about to go to Naruto, but was stopped by Ino asking her what is wrong. The other Rookie 9 also noticed that Sakura was acting weird, so they bombarded her with questions preventing her from reaching Naruto. Naruto then noticed Temari glaring at them, so he quickly grabbed Hinata and pulled her towards Temari and her boxers. XXXXXXXXX. Naruto then nodded at Gaara and Kankuro before talking to Temari. Hello, Tim-chan, how's it going? You seem prettier and prettier every time I see you, said Naruto with a foxy grin. Allow me to introduce you guys.
This
is Hinata Hyuga. Hinata, this is Temari, Gaara,
I just fucking landed on
Kankuro. Temari at first blushed by Naruto's comment, but then turned into a glare when she saw Hinata holding Naruto's hand. Is she your girlfriend? She said, which made Hinata blush. Is that jealousy that I'm hearing? Asked Naruto. He then lifted her hand up and kissed it. Why, Tim-chan, you have nothing to be jealous of. After all, you are the only desert rose in my heart. Temari then flushed a deep pink, which made Kankuro furious.
Fucking got me
having an expression that looked like he was ready to kill.
It's on the very
Naruto,
top part of the building.
Danger, quickly looked around and found an empty row consisting of 4 chairs. I'll be borrowing your sister for a while, he said to Gaara.
I'm gonna ping him. I'm not safe.
XXXXXXXXXX.
Fucking prick.
Naruto then pulled Temari and Hinata toward the empty row. Temari went and sat by the wall, followed by Naruto, who sat beside her, while Hinata
I was watching that, Seth.
Beside Naruto.
Goes in, no ammo.
Meanwhile, Kabuto has just joined the Rookie 9 in their discussion. The Rookie 9 finally moved away from Sakura to pay attention to Kabuto. Sakura was about to go looking for Naruto when she heard about the info cards and decided to wait and hear things.
Still someone out the front shooting.
Back to Naruto and the girls. After finally being seated, Temari turned towards Naruto. So, you still haven't told me your name yet. What is it? Hearing this, Naruto started laughing. Ha ha ha, my name? Let me tell you something. My name is incredible. It is so shocking that guys would never ever want to say it and girls would die to scream it. Naruto proudly said. This sparked Temari's interest, really.
Yep.
Tell me, while Hinata looked confused. Haha, my first name is Mai, and my last name is Husband, said Naruto with an evil smirk. Temari looked confused. My husband, what's so great about my husband? I have never even heard of the surname Husband before, Temari said while thinking. Naruto, on the other hand, was snickering while Hinata was giggling. My husband, shouted out Temari, blushing while furious at the same time. She then raised an arm to slap Naruto, but it was caught by Mo. Tim-chan, a wife, shouldn't slap their husband for no reason, you know. And I'll show you later just what is so great about your husband, said Naruto with a smirk and a wink while kissing her hand. Who's your wife? Shouted Temari while snapping her hand away from his grasp. But Tim-chan, all of those people heard you calling me your husband, and you've been calling me with such passion as well. Temari looked around and saw people looking at her with mixed expressions. Her face then immediately heated up. Using her hands, she covered her crimson face and turned to face the wall. Temari-chan, he's just messing with you. He always likes to play pranks on people. His real name is Naruto Uzumaki. Right, Naru? Naruto stopped Hinata from finishing by putting his finger to her mouth and then said, Hina-chan, other people can call me Naruto, but my wives call Naru-kun, or if you want Naru love, Naruto said, looking in her eyes. He then winked and kissed her on the cheeks. This time, it was Hinata's face that heated up, and just like Temari, she used her hands to cover her crimson face. She then turned away from Naruto, facing the empty chair. Naruto looked at Temari, and then turned to look at Hinata, still covering their faces. This caused Naruto to burst out laughing happily. Meanwhile, a group of Sound Genins attacked Kabuto due to his comment on Sound Village being small and nothing to worry about. Then there was a poof, and a person with scars all over his face showed up along with a dozen examiners. He then introduced himself as Ibiki Marino, the head examiner, for the first
Look
test.
at that pretty light.
As everyone looked for a place to sit, Sakura was scanning for Naruto. Upon seeing Naruto sitting with Temari and Hinata,
can you buy some doubles?
Sakura shouted out, "That's our Naruto. Those scamps." Sakura then approached them, heading for the empty seat beside Hinata, but then she saw a guy ready to take that seat. Just before the guy was able to sit down, Sakura grabbed the guy by the skull and chucked him away. Naruto, upon seeing Sakura taking the empty seat, said, "Hi, Sachan. I missed you." Sakura then turned her head away from Naruto, making a HMP sound while crossing her arms. As the examiners passed out the exams, Ibiki began explaining the rules for the exams. After hearing the rules of the exams, many people have a shocked and scared look on their faces, including Sakura and Sasuke. Sakura is now beginning to worry for Naruto, thinking that he might not even be able to answer a single question. She then looked over at Naruto, which smiled and winked at her, causing her to become totally confused. The exams will last 1 hour. Now begin, shouted out Ibiki. Naruto looked over the exam sheet and laughed inside his head because this is the exact same exam that nearly led to his mental breakdown. Smiling, he began to write down the answers. 5 minutes later, he got up and, bringing the exam paper with him, he began to walk to Ibiki. Everyone stared as he made his way over to Ibiki, with everyone having the same thoughts of Naruto.
Oh, laying down in the brick wall,
Naruto,
you fucking loser.
Thought Sakura. Naruto-kun thought Hinata. Temari, on the other hand, just watched as he approached Ibiki. "What's the matter, kid? The exam too hard for you?" asked Ibiki with a smirk. "So you're quitting because you can't stand the pressure? You're willing to abandon your teammates, huh? You coward." Naruto smiled and shook his head. Then looking at Ibiki, he said, "No, I'm not quitting. Who said that I was quitting? I'm here to hand in the exam because I'm done." This caused everyone, including Ibiki, to bowl over. What? was the word in their thoughts. Standing back up, Ibiki shouted, "What? How can you be done? The exam only just started around 5 minutes ago." Snatching the paper, he looked through it. With each question, his jaw dropped a little bit at a time. "They are all correct. This is impossible. How did you do this?" Ibiki Sensei, a true ninja, never reveals his secret. "And if you think I cheated, you can ask any one of those examinees if I cheated or not," said Naruto with a smile. Ibiki then looked at the Chunins, who were still shocked, but then all managed to shake their heads, indicating that they couldn't find how he could have cheated. "Well, if that's everything, then I will be returning back to my seat," said Naruto with a bow, leaving Ibiki with a WTF expression on his face. It took quite a while for everyone to focus back onto their tests. Sakura, now knowing Naruto is fine, started writing the test seriously. Hinata also displayed very little trouble with the test, while Temari is having difficulties. One by one, teams are slowly being kicked out due to being caught cheating, while other more successful cheaters managed to finish the exam. As the end of the hour approached, Ibiki then began telling them of the terrifying 10th question. This yet again created high tension and fear into the remaining teams. This time, even more teams are disqualified due to their teammates quitting. Ibiki noticed Naruto smiling, then approached Naruto, thinking, "I'll get you this time, you cocky brat." Once he approached Naruto, he asked, "So what's it going to be? Are you quitting, or are you going to take the question knowing the dangers?" Naruto smiled and answered, "Of course I am taking the question. There's no reason for me not to." Ibiki, now confused, asked, "You do know the dangers, right?
Yeah, right.
Why would you still take the question after knowing what the consequences are if you fail?" "Well, even if I fail the question, I can take the Chunin exams at another village the next time. Since these are only your rules, I doubt the other villages would uphold them." Naruto said,
I've had 2 days off and I've
sense
fucking
into
sucked
some
on those
who were
last
about
2
to give
days.
up. Besides, I never back off from challenges. That's my way of a ninja.
Sucked off.
Interesting kid. He blasted away all worries in an instant. The tension is now lifted. I doubt anyone would quit now after hearing him. Thought Ibiki. Turning around, he asked, "Is anyone else going to quit?" This is the last chance. Waiting for people's hands, but when he saw none, he continued, "No." Then to everyone who is still remaining, "Congratulations,
"Oh, you got
you
the
passed the
total
first
of 8
test," he smiled.
Very
This
nice.
caused quite an amount of shock and confusion, with many asking about the 10th question. Ibiki then proceeded to explain about the purpose of the 9 questions and the real purpose of the 10th question. After when he was done, there was a crashing sound, and as everyone looked to see what was happening, a female ninja stood beside Ibiki, pinning a banner to the roof and announcing, "I am the examiner for the
22 minutes,
second test.
1:30.
My name is Anko Mitarashi. Now follow me," she said while thrusting a fist into the air. And Chan, still as fun as
I want to
always,
play that
thought
other game I downloaded.
smiled. "And I have received several complaints in my story, and so I will now address them. Why did the Hokage say Naruto is Chunin Jonin level, even though he is a 12
You know what's fucked though? Like, I was looking for games to buy, something different. I didn't even think to check what was in my wish list.
Level of leadership skills
because
and tactical prowess.
This morning I get up and there's all these games on my wish list on sale.
Not to mention the fact that Shikamaru was only 12 to 13.
That's why I bought Ghostbusters, because it was like half price.
To reach Jonin level, one has to have a great amount of experience as well as great individual skills. Naruto being 24 years old would mean that he has had a high level of experience.
Like, it is good, but sometimes the free games are shit and not what I want to play.
It doesn't matter
like,
if he is a 12
I'll sign up 1 month and then I'll go back to normal.
13 when he became Jonin. So I don't really see why you're complaining. The only thing that was keeping Naruto from becoming Jonin or higher is due to the lack of chakra control in the new body and other things like lack of sage.
I'm taking a piss.
Wouldn't Naruto need to keep doing chakra controlling exercises in order to get good chakra control?
Yeah, I have.
Not once have I said that Naruto have stopped doing his chakra controlling exercises. I just stopped mentioning them because I, for one, don't like to keep saying it to your faces and therefore making my story dull.
I'm about to fucking...
Why did Naruto only use 4 clones to train? Well, for the first week, I only said that he uses 4 clones, but since I stopped mentioning the clone training, how do you know that Naruto hasn't been using more clones to train?
What not?
Why did the Hokage give Team 7 a C rank mission after when
you
they
got shit in front of your
for a
partners?
week and a half? Well, you're forgetting the fact
we
that
could shit together at the same time.
The village's best Jonins in Naruto is around Jonin level.
Well,
so
while I'm sitting there, she can sit on. I'll spread my legs. She can sit between me and
C rank mission.
We shit at the same time.
Doesn't only eat ramen.
Yeah.
Didn't you pay attention when I wrote about
we can breed while we're on there.
Cooking breakfast and lunch.
She can sit on me,
for only 2 days,
and we can shit and have sex at the same time.
Those 2 days, Naruto, not only
would you call that shit sex?
But also water walking and raising hand exercises. Water walking is a higher form
of tree walking, gross.
While raising Gan is the highest level of shape manipulation. So unless you're saying that Naruto
I'm going to think about that tonight.
Zero chakra controlling benefits from water walking and raising Gan exercises, I really don't
rather kill myself.
In just those 2 days, tree climbing plus water walking plus Rasengan probably equals 2 or more weeks of doing tree climbing alone.
I'll get her to stand next to me and we can sword fight up here.
Didn't master water walking right away. So yes, by the time he fought Gato and his men, of course, his chakra control is good enough to create 2 Rasengans. No, I am not dumb enough to make Naruto use Rasen Shuriken because Naruto does not have Sage Mode yet. Why would I do that?